you ain't black.
Check. 1 2 1 3. I said a check. 1 2 1 2. What's up? How we doing? We in this house. We are up in here. What's up, everyone? I know. I've been MIA for a little bit, but we're back. And I'm so glad to be with you guys. Sound fine so far. Let me check. Oh, okay. All right. Audio's coming in good. Okay, cool. What's up, everyone? I'm sorry you guys have been Ghostface, but you guys have to understand. You gotta have dedication and devotion for YouTube, and I got a lot going on. You know what I mean? 2 kids, family. Hold up. I have a couple guests coming up, guys. So we're gonna get real sticky tonight. You know what I'm saying? But you guys gotta hold up. You gotta just call me on Messenger. Oh, okay. Whatever. I swear, guys. I swear, y'all. Women, they flake a lot. I swear. Hold up. Let me just copy this link. Sorry, guys. Copy. Oh, Lordy. How y'all doing tonight? Happy Friday to all of you guys. It's been a long week. For me, at least. How about yourself? Oh, we got some new faces in the house. What's up, guys? Let me say what's up, guys. I'm going to do some maintenance. Shorty. Wait, Shore 38 in the house. How you doing? Mr. So-and-so. My main man with a plan. Let me give you some love, man. And then we got... Who we got? Cat is in the building. Cat, I gotta give you some love. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going. We got Miss Jenny in the house. Miss Jenny, you know what? Let me take a moment, guys, to just say thank you, Miss Jenny. She has been a great inspiration for me in these YouTube streets. She's definitely given me some encouraging words. Like that fire under my ass. I really appreciate you, Miss Jenny, more than you know. Bless your soul. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh gosh, I swear. Anyways, Josh Jones, Risky Panel pissed me off. This topic is similar, so I'm already fired up. Okay, Josh. Well, look, we'll drop the link, man. If you're down to come on and get whatever you need to get off your chest, man. We're an open panel. We can definitely do that, Miss Jenny. Look, guys, if you guys are down to just chatting and conversing, we can do that, okay? But I definitely want to keep it in accordance to overall the overall theme. Neil, you just missed an awesome live Miss Jenny had. Yeah. I literally just got off work. Guys, keep in mind, I work 2 jobs that completely drains me. Because I'm talking a lot on my job. I have to, talk to people constantly. So by this time, every night my vocal cords are like burnt out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just keeping it real. Let me see. Okay, so we got the people coming in. But Miss Jenny, look, anytime Miss Jenny goes live, it's fire. We know that. Neil's wife, I don't need this. My man has 2 jobs. Miss Jenny, stop. Okay? Stop it right now. You guys are something else. Anyways, as you guys probably can already tell, I'm kind of stalling because I want to get my 2 guests in, but CP time, you guys know how that goes. Black folks can't show up on time for anything these days, huh? Uh-oh. That's gonna get me in some hot water, right? Anyways, who else we got up in the chat? Okay. Anyway, but if you guys, like I said, if you want me to drop the link later on, we can do that. I'm open for that. We can definitely. Oh my God, where did you go? Where did she just go? Where did she go? Come back. All right, guys, I'm gonna give these two lovely ladies a good solid 2 minutes, right? That's gracious, right? Two minutes to get their stuff together. 2 minutes. I'm gonna give them 2 minutes. If they can't do it, then you know what? I'm just gonna have to. Okay, cool. We got one. Let me pull her up here. Yo.
What's up? What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Oh, there she goes. Oh,
Hey,
the lovely lady of the hour. What's happening, Miss Jane?
what's up? It's been a minute, my brother.
Yes,
It's
it
been a
has.
minute.
Yes, it has. And I've been noticing you dropping them gems.
Yeah,
Going crazy
shit,
out
man.
there. Good grief.
Hey, I
How
have
you
to. I
been?
have to. The truth. I've been really good. I've been really, really good. Working on the next level. I got some. Just say, I'm trying to get like you. Trying to get like you. Trying to get like
Oh
you.
no! Trust me, I am at the bottom end of the totem pole. You want to excel past me? Trust me. But no, I totally
Well,
understand,
I
man. It's all
mean,
about
yeah,
humble beginnings, right?
right, right.
What's up with the? So is your
It's good to
lighting
be here
that?
tonight, though.
Huh?
I said it's good to be here tonight. What did you say?
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna ask, is your lighting that bad you
Oh,
can't
my
cam
cat. I'm
up?
sorry. I forgot that. I'm sorry.
She
That
hating,
my
y'all.
lighting is
She
horrible, though.
hating.
No. I forgot. I forgot. My bad.
No,
The
you good.
lighting does suck, you guys, though. So just work with me, people in the panel, and for the people in the
Right.
audience.
Hey,
Yeah.
Miss Jane, your phone's kind of breaking up, Miss Lady.
Really?
Yeah, it's breaking up a little bit, a little choppy, doppy. But what? It's all good. I mean, look, I had the Obama internet once before myself. I know how it goes.
See, that's not cool, but that's what's up. So what's happening is I'm in my back room, so I might have to move, and I don't really have anywhere else besides
Oh no
outside
no
in
no
my
no no no!
car.
Wherever you're at right now, this is perfect because I see you. You're not lagging, and the audio's coming in clear. It's just a little
Okay,
feedback in the background, but I think we'll survive.
okay, okay. That's just my son's tablet, actually. But okay, let's roll with it.
Oh man, oh man, what's so funny? I haven't heard from JP or Miss Desi DC in a hot minute.
Really?
Yeah, I think they
Mm.
cut me off. You know what? You know what I think? I don't think they cut me off. I think they might have got married and living happy ever after.
I knew that was gonna happen too.
Why you?
They invite us or something though. Look at that. They didn't even
Yeah,
invite
it's
us
like,
to the wedding.
dang. You know what I'm saying? Like we would have brought gifts. We would came bearing gifts.
Right. Oh my God,
No,
you a
no,
trip.
no. Shout out to both of them. I hope they're living well. You know what I'm saying? Still kind of hurt my feelings, y'all. I thought we was all friends, but you know how it is. Anyways,
Right.
I done did something real stupid tonight. I done link tonight's live to my personal profile on Facebook. I'm about to be fired. They gonna fire me, Miss Jane,
Why is that a bad thing?
because I think some of my coworkers follow me at work.
Well, I mean, respectfully, this is your platform.
I know.
Shoot.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, Neil, I didn't know you had such controversial views. Like, this is how you really think? What is going on?
Well,
Uh-oh, we got my cousin
hey,
Nene in the house, Donisha Addison. What's happening, Nene? I'm sorry, Miss Jane. What were you saying?
I was just saying, I mean, so be it.
What you mean, so
Whatever.
be it? I got a family to feed.
Exactly. But what's more important, your entrepreneurship or your job? Like, I mean, but hey, whatever.
You know what?
I
You
mean, I don't
forgot,
know.
Miss.
I'm right. I'm on a different level than you. I don't really care about no job. But I mean, I feel you.
No, you on the level where I need to be. You are on the level where I need to get to advance to because you know, they demonetized me. I don't know if I already told you that, but they demonetized me, so I'm trying to like work back all these watch hours.
Congratulations.
Congratulations! Hold up, did she just? Did y'all hear her? I don't think she heard me. No,
Monetized.
no, demonetized.
Oh, I didn't hear the D part. I didn't hear the D
Yeah,
part.
they took me
Why?
out. I don't know. They was claiming I said some things I wasn't according to the whole YouTube guidelines. I knew it was gonna happen, you know. And it's crazy because you got so many wild streamers out there, YouTubers saying all type of crazy, outlandish things, but they'll target these like smaller YouTubers, the struggle streamers like myself. And so yeah, so I've been trying to work back, get all these watch hours in, and try to restore my monetization.
Wow, man. Yeah, we were just I was talking about that on my live. Go ahead.
No, I was just Miss Jenny just said if you're not demonetized, you're doing something wrong.
Facts. Hey, if you ain't getting in YouTube jail, TikTok jail, Facebook jail, then you ain't doing something right. If you ain't doing that, because I know me,
exactly.
I'm in TikTok jail once every 2 weeks.
Are you really?
Yeah, TikTok jail. Yeah, TikTok jail is real because they try you like you got to do like 2 weeks, two and a half weeks. Like they want you to do real time. Yeah, it's crazy.
But wait a second. But I've seen some of your content. You don't really. I mean, you say truth. All I hear you saying is like genuine, honest advice, giving genuine, honest advice, and your assessment about the landscape with what's going on right now. It's not really. You're not really as brazen as other people that I've seen.
It's the black women that deliberately try to chew you up and spit you out. Like you don't even have to say something. You don't even have to say nothing that's like derogatory or like direct. If it has anything to do with personal development on the behalf or the ability or the accountable to come for you. Beehive with Beyonce, it's like if you say anything about a black woman, the Beehive will come for you, and they'll shut you down. And I'm okay with that. I'll just do my time, and I'll be back on again. You know what I'm saying?
So are you? So I'm gonna ask you right now, Miss Jane. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to align with the sisterhood anymore? Because this is what comes with the territory.
No.
They're gonna do everything to excommunicate you and take you out. Are you sure that you don't want to go with the agenda?
No, I'm standing 10 toes down. I stand on the side of righteous. I stand on the side of righteous. It's no other way. It's no other way. Right.
You hear that?
There's no other way.
You hear that, guys? You hear that, guys? She's gonna take the road of the lone wolf. All right. Well, okay. I'm right there with you. That sucks though, man, because it's like, how the hell are you gonna ever be able to get this truth out? Get the truth out, not my truth, not your truth, but the truth out. When everything is literally set against you, and it's like they'll leverage everything, every single medium that you could possibly use to try to get the truth out. They will shut you down. Do you think that it's people? Do you think that it's
keep going? Go ahead.
Do you think that it's people that's reporting you that's like reporting people to get them, or do you think it's like caught up in the algorithm and like the algorithm picks up certain things and cues that you say on your channel and it just targets you from there?
So it's both. So I wanted to address the comment of it's just black women, not white women too. It's black women. On my platform, I have yet to have a white woman, any type of woman for that matter, other than black women that deliberately seek to destroy and not even comprehend what's going on my platform. So it is Black women, and I can stand on that because that's the truth of what I witnessed. This is not anything that I read. This is not anything that I came to somebody else's platform and observed. This is the truth on my platform. Just say that part. But to answer your question, it's a little bit of both. Like the other day, it's crazy. It's crazy. The other day, I had a live speaking. It was random too. It was real sporadic. I don't really even cover the conversations, but I did a live on the 18-year-old girl that took her mom's boyfriend when she turned 18. They started sleeping together. Now they're on their second child. The 18-year-old has a
Whoa. Pause. You said
yeah.
an 18. Wait a second. I just want to make sure I heard you. You said an 18-year-old girl stole her mom's boyfriend, and she's pregnant now by him. Damn.
Yeah, they on their second child. Yeah,
carry on.
They on their second child. No, that's fine. I'm surprised you didn't hear this. I'm surprised you didn't hear about this. This is recent. I forgot her name on some Deja something. Deja on I think that's Twitter or one of those. It's not Facebook. It's something else. But anyway, Deja something, and she has an OnlyFans. So then when I host, and literally 576 women rushed alive and was speaking up on the behalf of the girl, saying that, oh, I bet the man was sleeping with her before she turned 18, and making all these right, making all these assumptions that wasn't even stated in the article, right? And then it's just crazy. So anyway, to answer your question, the algorithm, literally, because I've tested it several times, the algorithm deliberately they control where they control it. They control who sees what, because when I'm doing healthier lives, like the other day we had the live of It Sucks to Be a Man. And so the men were coming on the live, expressing themselves, the hardships of a man, or whatever. The women were nowhere to be found. So it's clear as day.
Damn.
It's clear as day. It's clear as day.
So you think that they are deliberately trying to suppress this sort of like traditional and even masculinity to that degree, and just I'll put it this way. Is it like a protection or a shield for women? Is that what it is? Like, why do you think that? Like, why are they so gun ho and shutting down any sort of content that is contrary to what protects women or puts women in a bad light?
Mm-hmm. What I think it is, if women were to actually start believing that good men exist, they would have no more excuses. They wouldn't have any more excuses. They wouldn't have any more fallback. They wouldn't have any more feedback. Yeah. If they recognize that good men actually exist and men actually do want to love you, then yeah, what else are you gonna say if you knew good men exist? You're not gonna have anything else to say. So I don't know. That's what I feel like it is.
Yeah. And there's a lot of social conventions in place to protect women and reinforce bad behavior too. It's almost like all of the modern conventions that we see, social media, society in itself, Congress, anything. It's like nowadays everything is set up to support women in whatever bad decisions that they're make, almost to act as like a buffer or a layer of support. Like, hey, it's okay. Like it's like almost justifying that they're bad behaviors.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I don't understand why more people can't see that. It seems like more people are quick to fall in line with that and just go with the status quo.
Is my audio breaking up that bad? Do I sound really bad? Because somebody said
it was, but it's not. Are you looking on YouTube or
I'm just looking at your comment. It says sounding like Obama is listening. She keeps breaking up when certain words are being used.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a little bit, but now it's not though. Okay.
Well, just keep me posted, because if anything, I might just have to go outside or whatever. But anyway, so look, so are you caught up on the only reason why I see this stuff is sometimes I get on Facebook and I see stuff. Did you see what's her name, Drea? It got pregnant by the
Oh
21-year-old.
man.
Okay, right. So look, Neil. So look at this. I literally screenshotted. I literally screenshotted the comments on the whole Drea thing with this 21-year-old.
Yeah.
The completely different comments of the live that I had with the 18-year-old black girl with the black man that took her daddy. Completely different comments. Completely different. And I'm like,
Hey,
look at
you
this.
you cannot unsee it. You cannot unsee it. Once you see it, Jane, you cannot unsee it, right?
It's completely like you don't even believe that this is life. Like this is like life is a joke at this point. People are a joke. Like so the Drea comments was all like, oh, he's grown and I'm happy for Drea. She deserves, I don't blame her. She's getting her cougar on. That's what the comments was saying. Girl, get it, girl, and he fine. But the comments on the other lady's live with the 18-year-old that was also grown, then they was attacking the black man like, oh, I bet you he was molesting her before she turned 18 and all that. It's like it's just insane to me. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, listen,
crazy.
real quick. Jane, I want to introduce you to I don't, you know what? Forgive me if you told me your name already. What is your
Asa.
name? What do you want me to call you?
Well, my name's Felicia, but you can just say Asa. I don't really have a platform, so it's like it doesn't matter who
All right,
calls me what at this point.
No problem. With your late self. With your late butt.
Look,
Dang,
just had a
man.
baby, okay? Just had a baby, all right? That's what I'm
Look at that. Yup. And I can't say nothing to that neither. I can't say nothing.
No, you're gonna get shamed, so don't do it.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
But this is my lovely friend Miss Jane here, Asa.
Hi.
I just wanted to bring you guys up so we can have a conversation, a real, genuine, honest conversation about what we see happening. And we all got different perspectives. And Miss Asa, you and I, we already done crossed a few bridges and had a little. I don't think we necessarily had a clash, but I think that it's some things I would like for you to enlighten me on nonetheless. But Miss Jane was just talking about how it's ironic that that she was on live talking about a situation, a scenario where this 18-year-old girl was, well, this guy was 18-year-old girl basically got pregnant by her mom's boyfriend. How old was the guy?
I don't remember, but he's in his 40s. I think like 44, something like that. I don't remember.
Right. And then conversely,
she's grown. That's the tough part about it, because the United States legally says you're grown to a certain extent at 18, but you're not. You don't have the mental capacity to get into that type of situation with an older as that is man, in my opinion.
But check this out though. But check this out. Hold on. Let me give you the other part. So conversely, did you post the Drea thing, or you said you snapped the picture?
I snapped the picture. The picture.
You know what? I saw
so
that.
Drea, right? So Drea, which is what is she, a housewife or something, like basketball wife?
Who is she?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's just a model. She's just a video vixen for real, or I don't know what you call these people. She's just
I don't
a
think
model.
she has any talent, but yeah. Anyway, but what is she? 39, right?
Is she that old? I think so.
No, because I got the picture because I took a picture of myself.
I know her son. Yeah. She got a 21-year-old son, and the guy that she got a baby with is 22.
Right.
Yeah.
Her son is 21.
She got a 21-year-old son.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And her man is this guy, I don't know if it's her man, is 22. 22. Yeah.
Hold up. I got something for y'all asses. Right now. And this is just gonna shut the show down right here. Hold up. I'm sending a picture now. That's all. So basically, Miss Jane was just saying that she was taking a look at comments on both scenarios. She saw that. I'll let you explain. That's where we left off at.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, hopefully y'all can hear me. Just let me know if y'all can't hear me, Neil. So
Yeah, I got you.
basically, I held alive about what Neil just said about so what happened was this man was dating this young girl's mom. He helped raise the girl at the time. She was a little girl at the time. As soon as he turned 18, they started dating. They started having relations. She's pregnant now on their second child. And she went on social media to brag about the fact that she took her mama's man and this is my man,
Damn.
blah, blah, blah. So then you have Drea, who just had a baby by a 22-year-old, and the comments are completely different. So on the live that I hosted, they were all saying like, oh, he's nasty, he's a pedophile, he manipulated her, she's only 18, she's a young girl, which is,
Yep.
I don't care what nobody say. If you reflect back when you was 18, we all thought we was grown at 18. We was
Yeah,
making
facts.
making
Yeah.
grown women,
Until we
grown
really
people
figured out
decisions
that
at
we was
18.
not grown.
Come on now. Well, that's true, but let's just be all the way 100. We were doing
Yeah.
grown people things at 18. So let's not dispute the fact that just because she's a girl that she's I'm just saying because
Oh,
then
hey,
you got
pause. Let me
go
ask a
ahead.
question.
Mhm.
This go for both of y'all. And think before you respond. Do you think that 18-year-old girl who stole her man's mom was acting in a predatory nature?
I say yes.
And
What
you're
you say,
asking
Miss
if
Asa?
I'll say, are you asking if the girl who bragged about taking her mom's man acting in a predatory nature
Yes.
or him?
Him. No. Her. At 18
Her.
years old, her taking her mom's boyfriend and then getting pregnant, do you think that she acted in a predatory fashion?
I to be honest,
Keep it real, girl. Keep it real.
She thinking.
Yeah,
She
no, she
thinking.
froze up too.
so
Oh,
for number
oh.
one, I will say yes, because for the same reason, you're a female, okay? You know that if you throw it, if this is not a man of God, if this is not a man with morals or values, if you throw it, he's going to catch you, okay? So by you knowing that and still continuing to and I'm not gonna say seduce or whatever because I don't want nobody to say victim blame. She's not a victim, she's grown,
Mhm.
okay? She's 18. If she goes out there in the world and I don't know if I can cuss on here, I'm sorry. If she goes out there in the
Yeah,
world and
say whatever
messes
you
up,
want.
okay, if she goes out there in the world and messes up, she's going to jail, all
Mhm.
right, as an adult. So that right there should tell you if you know your mom's man, and I don't know the dynamic between her and her mom, because some people, some young women, the way they were raised, they have this sort of dynamic with their mom, like that's their sister or that's their
Mhm.
Yep.
a
Her
colleague
bestie.
or something. They don't
Mhm.
have that.
Mhm.
Bestie.
Yeah. So yeah, like the bestie or whatever. So you act like you're just double crossing your friend, but this is your mother. So I don't know the dynamic between her and the mom, but I know that if you knew this man would go and you still pursue that, you still welcome that, then yeah, you pretty much it's not like he didn't know what he was doing, but you pretty much played into that. You let it
Mhm.
happen.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, I need a yes
Pretty
or a
much.
no,
Mhm.
Miss Asa.
So yeah, that's sort of predatory to me because your mom's man's gonna go and you went
Mhm.
with it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you're not a predator on him. You're really preying on your mother
Mhm.
So
or
Mhm.
I just
or
want to be
something that
clear. I want to be clear here,
yeah.
so that we are unequivocally clear about this. What you guys just admitted to is that
Mhm.
a woman can act in a predatory fashion,
Of course.
irrespective of age.
Y- Yes.
Is that what y'all
Yes.
saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All
Mhm.
right.
Absolutely.
Because what the mainstream seems to says is in all scenarios, the woman is the victim. Is that the
Yeah.
man is the one who
Yeah.
manipulated her, right?
Yeah. It's clear as day, Neil. It's clear as day. Again, if you go back to the Drea story and you got the 22-year-old boy,
Yeah, she's giving
18,
very predatory vibes.
yeah, thank you. And the
It's giving
comments,
predatory.
right, Asa. And the comments was so much more different than the 18-year-old. The Drea's comment, and I screenshotted it because I'm gonna make a video about it. But
Right.
the black women just so happen to be black women. Not that I'm saying black women only think like this, but the proof is in the pudding that the black women were chatting in the thing. So the black women were saying, "Oh, Team Drea, get it, girl.
Hyping it.
Cougar,
Really
Cougar,
were.
like,
They really were.
yeah, like Cougar,
Wait.
Why can't the man also get his Cougar props if it's such thing as a man
why
Cougar?
don't you see a saying, all right, man, 18, you went from the mom to the daughter, high five.
Period.
Like, that would be sick. It would be sick.
Right. That's
But
so okay.
her because I hate that double standard with women.
Yes.
Yep.
Speak on that, because that's what I wanted to
Yep.
ask. Why do women champion this double standard that benefit? Like, they only champion for double standards that benefit them. What is that? Can y'all speak to that? What is that in this cognitive dissonance that women have, where they'll shame the behavior?
Generally, are seen as we're not weak, but we're generally seen as the weaker species. So when something like that happens, they automatically divert the victimhood to the woman is the victim. Or if she does something of this nature and for lack of a better term, bags a younger guy, it's a triumph. Because they have this notion that older women aren't sought after, that older women have to try harder. That let me tell you something. A vagina at 18 is still a vagina at 30. Okay. Okay. So this preconceived notion that
y'all gonna break the internet. Y'all better stop.
Try harder. They will be pursued until they are 99, until they are dead. They will be pursued. Okay. My grandma had little old men after her in her 50 plus club. Okay. It never ends. But I don't
whippersnapper.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand how there's
that whippersnapper.
Go
ahead,
all right, ladies, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, ladies. Look at this. Marcus Houston, 41 years old, criticized for dating a 19-year-old age difference. Dating for a 19-year-old age difference with his 22-year-old wife. He was shamed, called a predator, a pedo. And then you got your girl here. Congrats! Look at that. Congrats, Drea.
I told you.
The double standards literally in black and white.
Right.
I will say in Marcus Houston's case, a man of I'm not gonna say value because I don't know him. I'm not just gonna call any man a man of value because I don't know if he's valuable or not. Your monetary status don't make you valuable to me.
Absolutely.
So I will say, but what some people consider a man of value like him, he knows he does not have anything in common with a 19-year-old, 20-year-old. He knows that. She knows she doesn't have anything in common with him, but
whoa. Back it up, Asa. Back it up, Miss Lady.
Yeah.
Hold up now. This is where I gotta put my, drop my kahunas on the table real quick. All right, so look. Now look, I personally wouldn't date somebody that young. I wouldn't. However, I do understand the logic for some men who dates in that, that age bracket, because most men are seeking a woman who is malleable and able to get on his plan. And generally speaking, a woman at that age, 19 years old, 20, 21, they're still malleable. Now, not these
little sexy reds today, baby. Go ahead,
you got a point. You definitely got a point. However,
not sexy reds.
However, when you do run across that woman who hasn't had this emotional damage, doesn't have kids, ain't scarred, hasn't been through that adversity, if you find that woman, she's willing to submit herself to you on your plan, your vision.
Go off.
Marcus Houston. We talking about Marcus Houston, right?
He got some money. He sees her. That's exactly my point. But the average Joe. This is my point. This is my point, because you had mentioned that they didn't have anything in common. Now, it's not necessarily about having anything in common for that man. Long as that woman is willing to align herself with his vision, that is a non-factor. Like, as long as she is able, woman would be.
Well,
willing
so
to
so
align
so you say
themselves
so
with
are
him.
you are okay, I just want to make sure, are you saying that her intentions being with him is purely monetary?
So there is a gain, financial gain from it. For number one, he sees her as a valuable vessel to bear
But that's a
children,
component of
which they're
it would
holding the baby in the picture.
okay, okay.
Okay. That's an asset to him for number one, because she is young. Okay.
Okay.
So, but there are plenty young ones that still don't know how to conduct themselves, but for the right
Mhm.
amount of money they will submit. Okay, but the average Joe's not going to get that.
But would you
But
say that but would you say that
he
for
sees
all
her as
oh,
a
go ahead.
valuable vessel to bear his children, for number one, because I know
Right.
I just had my daughter at, well, my third daughter at 31, and I'm struggling. So I can see, but at the same time, that's not everybody. I had health conditions, before that, but me and my husband, we want another child. But
Uh-oh, y'all.
that's neither here nor there. So
Okay. Before I put this comment up here, because I think this is and I'm glad you put this in the chat, Miss Anitra. You know I love you, but I gotta use this comment
Let's
as
see.
an
Let's see.
example.
yeah,
Let's
All right.
see.
Let me say this real quick though. But would you lend credence to the notion that generally speaking, women perceive a man's value as generally speaking, a component of a man's value is dependent on his financial status to some degree. Like most women would perceive that, right?
you can't say most, because it's so there used to be a time when resources were plentiful and people used to get together for love and for attraction alone. But the economy, you know how when they say in Texas, like, the Mexicans didn't cross the border crossed them. Okay, there's the same thing. So we didn't cross the economy crossed us. The economy that we live in today is making women more financially headed, more monetarily motivated, because resources are scarce, because the cost of living is so high. They're not worried about who likes me and who doesn't like me, who really likes me. They're worried about who can take care of me, who can pay for this, who can pay for that. It's a lot to do with the education, with the rearing, with the socioeconomic status. It has a lot to do with why there's been a shift in getting together for love and getting together for monetary and business reasons. Okay,
Okay, put
there's a
put a
reason
pin
for
in
the
that real
shift.
quick. Put a pin in that. I want to hear Miss James' response, and then I'm gonna put this comment up.
Yeah, so let's just call the freaking bluff here, man. I know when I was 18, let's just call the bluff. When I was 18, I'm just saying, when I was 18, I'm 37. When I was 18, I was dating my daughter's dad. I think
Oh
he
my
was,
goodness!
yeah, he was, I think he was 5 years older than me. Right. He was either 5 years or 6 years older than me.
That's
And
not
so,
bad.
right. But my point of it is that, um, my point of it is I I'm accountable for my own choices. That's just the bottom line. I mean, 18. I guess now that we're grown and women are looking back saying, "Oh, well, she's a young girl." Scratch that bull crap, man. I knew exactly what I was doing at 18. Like, come on, come on. I'm just, yeah. I want to see the comment, Neil. I want to see the comment.
Yeah,
All right,
Bring
y'all
the
ready?
comment. Yeah,
Y'all
we
ready?
ready. I feel
Now
like it's gonna
listen.
cause some uproar.
Listen. Now we know women don't like the truth, okay?
Is
We
it a
don't like
feminist
the truth.
comment? It's a feminist comment. It
Hold
gotta be.
up.
It gotta be a
Hold
feminist
up,
comment.
man. Y'all about
It's
to
a
make me
feminist
pull a
comment.
strap out on y'all real quick.
It's a feminist comment.
All
I
right,
already know.
hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some juice up in it.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, no, most women don't like the truth, but I can trust you two lovely ladies to tell the truth when it comes to this comment right here. She says, insecure men look for malleable partners. Insecure. How many times have we heard that word? Who wants to kick this one off?
I mean, I'll
Oh,
go.
look at me.
I mean, okay, so insecure men. So what does that make? So in my instance, I'll just use me, right? Because nobody wants to be the elephant in the room. So I can say my daughter's dad, he was insecure, so he dated me at 18. Like, what does that make me then? What does that
Right.
make me? What does that make me? Does that make me also insecure? Does that make me what does that make you? What does that make you, people? What does that make you? Miss, what does that make you?
Lord have mercy, I'm about
And
to
and
bust.
and why does a man have to be insecure? Why does a man have to be insecure? But go ahead, Asa.
God.
So,
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know if
And
Miss
then
Jane.
granted,
I don't know if Miss Jane had her damn, my Mike. I don't know if Miss Jane had her Wheaties this morning, y'all, but she is on fire tonight. I don't know what's going on.
but hold right. Before you say something, Asa, I want to add one more thing. So in that same context, right? Does that mean, Miss Lady, that Drea has low self-esteem because she chose the 22-year-old? Does indeed she have low self-esteem? It doesn't look like she has low self-esteem to me. I mean, maybe she does. Maybe she's insecure. You're right. Maybe she's insecure. Do we also say that on the woman's behalf, that she's insecure? I mean, look at her body, for having look at her body.
Damn.
She got all this plastic surgery done. She's got all this,
Oh
so does that make her
gosh.
insecure too? Does that make
Wait
her
a second.
insecure?
Wait a second. You telling me she got I hate my I hate
What
my
is
mic.
going on with you?
I know. Y'all know y'all know I'm black. I'm sorry. I'm back. Uh no, I didn't even know that Drea had surgery. She had surgery?
I mean, she looked like it to me. I think she did.
Damn. Yeah.
It
Okay.
definitely looked like she did to me. I mean,
All right, man.
even not, we could just throw that out of the equation. Does that still mean that she's insecure? Does that mean
Right.
that this lady is insecure?
Right. Because if you're gonna pose the question to the man, then it's rightfully so that you would have to ask the woman as well, right?
Exactly.
Asa, go ahead, kick it off. Is what did she say? Let me put that back up here. Only insecure men look for malleable partners. Basically, insecure
it didn't
men
say that.
look
It
for
says
women.
insecure men look for malleable partners. It don't say only.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. I was just soaking it in. So I like I said, I have a lot of unpopular opinions. I'm not this way or that way. It's
Okay.
on a very subjective
Okay.
basis. Okay.
Hmm.
So on this end of the spectrum, I will say there are a percentage of men that look for what does that comment say?
It's been known
Keep
in
going. Don't worry
psychology.
about the
Oh, I'm
comments.
sorry.
Oh,
It threw me off because it popped up big. I'm on a laptop. It popped up big on my
Y'all. She's stalling, y'all. She's
Okay,
stalling.
no. What I will say on this end is okay. So I don't know who the 20-something-year-old young man
Lee
is.
said they can't hear you. I can hear you. Y'all can't hear her?
Hey
can't
Lee,
hear-
put a
y'all
one
can't hear
put a one in the chat, man. If you can't hear her, bro, because we can hear her fine, man. Put a one in the chat. If you can't hear her, man, you might need to like back out and come back into the onto the stream. But go ahead, Asa.
Okay, so I'm muted and unmuted. Can they hear me now?
No, you good.
Probably so.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah.
You good.
All right. So on one end of it, I say I don't know who this young man is. I don't know if he's the breadwinner or not. But I know a lot of okay, somebody said they can hear me. I know a lot of people, whoever is the breadwinner, sometimes they will go for someone younger, someone with that isn't making as much money or isn't as famous or something like that, because they don't want to lose control of the situation. Okay, so he's put it this way, he's 20 something years old. Okay, he's 20
He's a
something years
basketball
old,
player.
she's in her late 30s. Okay, do you think he's not looking at other 20 something year olds? Do you think he's not into other 20 something year olds? So you have to have something, you have to have some sort of substance to make, if he turns his head, look back at me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I think a lot of people and some men too in that situation, they will go for younger girls because, for number one, she needs you. Okay, in a certain aspect, she needs you. If she wants this car, if she wants to live in this house, if she wants money on demand, she needs you. She needs you until the next one comes along and offers.
But let me ask you this though, Asa. What if she wants to need a man? What if she wants, like, desires
If
to
she
be?
needs you for, if she
And
needs
when I
you
say,
for
you know
that,
what, that's, and you know what, let me just throw this out here too, is that you hear a lot about independence, dependence, but you never hear anything about what is it called? It's called interdependence, where you don't necessarily need them, but you want them.
right?
So what if she has a desire to need him because she wants to need him?
Sorry.
Like that's
So
what she, like, she desires him.
the person, I don't, I just, it's hard for me to grasp. Oh, what happened? Did she lose
She'll be back.
connection?
She'll be
Okay.
back.
It's hard for me to grasp because that's like me being 30, holding a whole conversation and having something in common with an 18-year-old. We're from two different generations. We don't have the same, we're not going to have the same conversations. We're not going to look at life the same. We haven't experienced life the same because there was a big shift from the 90s to now. I was born in a different era. So it's like how are you going to raise your children?
Do you think that
He's got a different
men,
way to raise his children than you do.
but do
right?
you think that men value experience the way that women value experience in men? Like, do you think that's one of the attraction triggers men have for women? Like, I want a woman that has experience. Do you ever hear men say that?
No, because men inherently, they don't like a challenge, and they think experience is a challenge. They think if I have a degree that I'm not going to listen. They think if I have more money, then I'm not going to submit. They think if I
do you think that a lot of women today are pursuing careers and education and basically they have to, but are they choosing that and foregoing having to submit to a man and follow a man's authority and submit to his leadership? Do you think that they're choosing that?
I think submitting in this social definition has changed. So I just don't think submit means the same as what it used to. Okay, so I'm married. Me and my husband submit to each other. And a lot of guys be like, oh my God, he submits to her. Yeah, we submit to each other. And when we define submit, I carry out acts of service for him. He carries out acts of service for me. He submits to my needs, my wants, my feelings, my emotions. I submit to his wants, his needs, his feelings, and his emotions.
Wait. You telling me he submit to your you saying he submit to your emotions?
He's very emotionally. I was being a bitch earlier, and he knew exactly what was wrong. I was hungry. So when we came home, he fixed me something to eat. He said, "Sit down and eat," and I felt better.
but is that submitting to your emotions, or more so he just knows his woman?
When I say submit to my emotions, if I'm feeling a certain way, if I feel a certain way about something, the definition that I will use for it is he will sit down. What's going on? What's bothering you? Well, this and this bothers me. All right, I'm gonna go change it right now. You know what I mean?
So he presents a solution. So he's solution based, basically. What you're saying?
No, I'm the same way. If I hear something in his tone of voice that something's bothering him, baby, what's wrong? Well, this kind of ain't. I don't like the way this is going. I'm finna go change it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's submitting to each other's emotions because I've had the opportunity to deal with someone very high ranking in a certain area, very financially stable, businesses and everything, but it wasn't my vibe because I felt like I felt like I'm left behind. Like I'm just here. Just tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like I'm just here. And I feel more comfortable and more confident in myself that me and my husband are starting from the ground up. Okay, we both left everything to be with each other and start brick by brick with each other. Nobody's the breadwinner. We're getting it together because we have a goal. We have a goal for our kids. So I don't feel left behind. We're both in school right now. We're both getting it right now. And I've been in the situation with someone who's already up there, with somebody who's already there. and I felt less than. I felt left behind, you know. So, and then on top of that, it was just doing, and I'm like, well, I'm more than that, you know. I want to be acknowledged.
Let me ask you, Miss Jane, what do you think about this whole concept of submitting? Do you think that it's taken on a different definition, or you think it's always what it has been since, you know, since times past? Do you think that women have conceptualized this word submission more so in their favor, or
I think it's been
do you think that it is what it has always been?
It is what it's always been. It's been since the beginning of the time. It's been always what it's meant to be. It's women that have gotten out of line. It's women who have taken on the projection of, oh, this means I'm his slave. This means that he's my dad, that he tells me what to do. That's not what submission is. Submission just says that you trust your husband's vision, you support where he's going, you back him up. That's in the form. The word says submit to your husband, and it also says for husbands to submit to their wives, but it means it in a way not as far as a slave. It just means to basically to support or to have the back of. So yeah, it's not so much. See, women think that, oh, I'm not submitting to no man because he's not my dad.
A lot of men, I'm sorry, go ahead. A lot of men have turned that into shut up and do what I tell you to do. And I'm like, first of all, that's not what it means. But I'm in a couple different Facebook groups. One of them being like a Kevin Samuels Facebook group, and these men are lost. In their mind, they think a woman submitting to them is just doing what they're told, being quiet, being meek, being like not having a brain of their own. And it's like, you don't want someone that's going to contribute to you. You just want somebody to just shut up and do what they told. That's not what submit means. And then when you bring up to them, well, my husband submits, oh, he a simp. That's not being a simp, sir. That's catering to each other. But submission for a woman means something different than submission to a man. So my husband submitting to me is opening is open. That's chivalry. Opening the door for me, making sure I'm safe wherever we go out, something like that. Someone disrespects me, handling that. That's being in tune with my emotions. That's serving me my plate sometimes. If I'm taking care of the baby and I'm tired and he's the one up cooking, serving me my plate, just like I'll serve him his.
Miss Asa, let me ask you a question. Do you think that men and women are equal?
What do you define that? Go in depth. Like, what do you mean equal on what?
Just say yes. Just say yes, Asa. Just say yes. Just say yes, because you do. Just say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes, Asa.
I do, but I don't.
Miss Jane, stop.
Just say yes. Just say yes.
I do, but I don't.
Just say yes.
No, we're not. So I'm not gonna go out there. I can't go out there and lift.
Wait. I need a yes or a no before you start your soliloquy.
No. I mean, but
you said so. Men and women are not the same. They're not equal.
I will say in a relationship, or not even in a relationship, we are equal.
Yeah, in a relationship dynamic. In a relationship dynamic, are they equal?
Well, a relationship
on equal
is
footing.
100. So yeah, I mean, we have our value lies is different places. Our value lies in different places. Okay. So when I say we're equals, that means I matter as much as you do. You know what I mean? My opinion, my feelings matter as much as yours. And I'm going to take your feelings into account like you're going to take mine into account. But my value is different. My value is not doing the heavy lifting and working on the car and contributing all those things to the household. My value is soft. What I contribute is very soft, but I can also step up in his absence. Okay. So that means my husband just got hurt not too long ago and was out of work. Guess what? If that happens in your absence, I need to be able to be equal to you in the family to where I can keep things going. I can keep the bills paid. I can use my savings and keep the bills paid, keep things going while you're in your absence. I can still handle the kids and the household in your absence. That doesn't mean I have to lead with that. I don't have to lead with I'm strong and independent. He knows I'm strong. He knows that in his absence in any way, shape, or form, this family is not going to crumble.
Asa, I got a question. I got a question for you. Do you need your husband?
Absolutely. For everything.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. I thought you was gonna say, "Oh, I got I got him, but I don't need." I
No, no, no,
thought
no,
you was
no,
gonna
no,
say
no.
that,
I need
but
him, and
you
I need
passed.
him
Okay.
physically. I need
Okay.
him mentally. I need
Okay.
him spiritually.
Okay.
He reads the Bible to me. He leads
Mhm.
me. I need him
Mhm.
for
Okay.
everything.
Right on.
So then
Right on.
that would naturally okay.
I don't
So
know how I was living without it.
okay. So
Facts.
my response is, you said that he reads the Bible to you and he leads you, right?
Of course,
How are you equal?
because like I said, there are things that I offer him that he wouldn't get from anywhere else. Okay, for number one, I'm a safe space, and lots of men don't have safe spaces. Okay, and it's very valuable for a woman. If you have a woman that creates a safe space for you, that is very valuable. Okay, so like I said, what I contribute to the relationship is a different dynamic. But I like to think, yes, I matter as much as you. That there's no one to say you matter more than me. You know what I mean? If we're both in this together, we both matter. And like I said, the kids, if he's not around, the kids listen to
Okay,
me
so
equally like they listen to him.
I hear what you're saying, because from like a humanitarian like
From that's the
standpoint,
point I'm
yes,
speaking
I believe
from.
like we have like yes, I believe generally speaking we all have
Yeah.
inherent equal value. However, when it comes to a relationship dynamic, are you saying that they are the woman and the wife and the husband are on equal footing, like they are in the same
No.
alignment?
No.
You said
I'm
no.
speaking from a humanitarian point of view, from a human point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not speaking like as far as what each other brings low. I have a high valued man, and we're not rich, but I consider him high value. You know what I mean? From the way he takes care of me, as diligent as he is when he does his schoolwork, and how he's trying to better our family. I have a high value man, and I hate that high value is only being placed on men for a monetary explanation, because I have a high value man, and we're not rich at all, but we're getting it. You know what
All
I
right,
mean?
I want to ask both of y'all. Because I don't think I ever heard it myself come from women. Actually, what is your definition of a simp?
I hate that word. I really
Anyone
hate
can
that
take
word.
it.
It's so derogatory. I really hate that word.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to use that word. I don't like that word myself.
I
I still to this day I don't really understand the word, so I can't answer that question.
Yeah. I spend a lot of time on social media, okay, and I see these new terms. Well, not new, but I see these terms coming up more and more and more. Like it's like these people learn a new word and they keep using it. They keep using it. So I don't like the word simp, because on social media, people use that word as like, oh, he paying for this, he paying for that, and she ain't doing blah 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 for him and all this. He's simping, and it's like, but if that's what he wants to do, why is there a name for it? I don't understand. Like, I don't
Do
get
you,
it.
I
do you
guess it's
think?
like a man. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good,
No,
James.
I
Go
want to
ahead.
hear you. What?
I guess it's like a man just to answer your question. From what the men tell me, it's a man that lets a woman basically walk over him. Basically, a man
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't really, according to
Oh,
what I've heard it used, men use it on my platform. They make it seem they use it as like he doesn't know that he's the head. He acts like he's under the woman instead of above the woman, right?
okay,
So,
okay.
but the reason why I don't like it, Neil, is because they call Russell Wilson a simp. And I
Thank
don't
that.
like that,
That's what I'm
because
looking at.
Russell Wilson, in my opinion, is a beautiful example of how a godly man should, you know, be.
Conduct
But
himself. Yeah.
when it comes to simping, which the men tell me, letting a woman walk over you, yeah, I think that I think it's not good. I think a simp man, other than Russell Wilson,
Right, because he
I don't
doesn't
think it's good.
classify as that to me.
Right.
I don't think it's a good word.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
I was just gonna piggyback off of what y'all said. I mean, what I have come to understand about the word simp is that it is a woman, excuse me, it is a man who pedestalizes a woman for nothing more than just the fact that she's a woman. Basically a pushover for women.
Like she can cheat on him and he's not gonna go nowhere. And
I mean
No,
as
no.
well as other things, such as this man. Basically, a woman's game is predicated on a man's not knowing his value. So a
Happy wife,
woman,
happy life, basically.
happy life, happy life. Thank you, Miss
Yeah,
Zhang.
yeah.
That's pretty much the simp mantra.
Hmm.
Let me do whatever I can to please my woman, make sure she's happy,
Hmm.
whatever, even despite, irrespective of how she treats me.
Hmm.
Let
okay,
me
because I
just
was gonna
pour
say
into her.
there's nothing wrong with that if she's treating you. You know what I mean? If she's treating you, if she's worth it, why not do everything you can to make her happy? Because she's gonna do everything she can to make you happy. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, that's the thing. For a simp, it's not reciprocal. He's
Okay, so it's just okay. So he's doing that and it's not being reciprocated, pretty much. So why are they calling
Mhm.
Russell Wilson a simp? Because all he did was step up, take
Well,
in her child.
that's the thing. That's the thing. And and I appreciate you using that phraseology, step up, because what men hear is that in order to be classified as a real, upstanding, solid, noble man is to step up and to raise and sire another man's child. Basically,
Not really.
raising.
It's not a
Well,
requirement.
that's what I'm just telling you what the men are saying. The men are saying
Okay.
that Russell Wilson is a simp
So let me ask
because
this: in the black
he took.
community,
Okay, go
where
ahead.
we have the most single mothers in the black community, does that mean that that little boy doesn't deserve a father figure because they would
But
make him a simp?
I think
It
the
would make
issue is
Russell a
that
simp?
I just think the issue is not a moral issue. It's more so a more practical issue. It's like, is that man taking on a responsibility that's not his? That's really the issue. And because and not to mention that there's a bunch of liabilities that come with raising another man's child, especially if you have a daughter. Like, a lot of things can come with that, and a man and other men are pretty much warning other men, hey, this is probably not the best situation you want to find yourself in, because there's a lot of liabilities that can come out of it, such as she can
What?
accuse you of something, and more than likely, I mean, the daughter can accuse this man of giving her a, you
Well,
know,
there are
awkward look
biological
or whatever.
fathers that touch their own children.
I mean,
So I don't.
I
You're
just
gonna have to
think,
give us
yeah,
for that.
I think it's a risk assessment. I think men are just making a risk assessment. Like, I'd rather just stay away from that situation all in all, and choose, a woman who doesn't have children. And aside from all that, if you ask women who have children, particularly if they have boys, you ask them, hey, would you want your son who's graduated from college, who's going to make a name out of himself and going on to be successful, would you want him to come home and with a single mother with 3 kids and say, hey, this is the love of my life, and she has 3 different baby daddies? Like, is that something you would want for your own son?
Well, not at that age group. But Russell Wilson's not, he ain't no teenager.
Well, I'm
You
just,
wouldn't want that for any of your teenage. You wouldn't
but
want
we're
your
talking
teenage daughter coming back
but if we're
with
talking
three
about the
kids.
black community, though, if we're talking about the black community, we've got a lot of, unwed mothers with single single, who are single mothers, and they are,
Why?
pretty
Why are
much.
they single mothers?
Well, we can get into that. Let me bring my man Josh in the house. What's up, Josh, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going, man. I appreciate you. I think this is the perfect segue for you to come in and give your perspective. But we're talking about why it's not advantageous for men to take on a woman who has a child. What is your thoughts about that, man?
It's kind of see, the problem is the starting point is if we were based on a perfect society right now, um you wouldn't want to do it generally because you're accepting responsibility that is really somebody else's responsibility, and you're getting very limited authority. So like a mother is naturally going to be drawn toward defending the child. So me as like stepdad is always going to take kind of a back seat in that position. Just is what it is.
Right.
The problem is now society has got a lot of single mothers out there. Somebody has to step in and raise men. And so now we're going to have this just perpetual situation of just constantly going forward of lower and lower number of what people would consider to be men.
Mm-hmm.
There's tools available, just most people aren't out looking for them. They're just trying to live their lives day to day.
This might make a lot of people mad at me. I think single mothers, now there are situational cases where single mothers do a great job with their kids. They work hard, they do a great job raising their kids. But in in our community, what I see is single mothers raise their daughters to be them, and single mothers raise their sons to tolerate the type of women that they are. Okay. So and when there's no pushback, there's no male there, because a dad is important for a little girl and a little boy. There is no one gender. Daddies are important, okay, and they're important for a reason. So I'm not saying that all single mothers can't get the job done. There have been some very well-rounded, single mothers that have raised well-rounded children. But I believe in our community a lot, single mothers raise their sons, because I see it all on social media, them like sexualizing their sons, like, oh, I'll always have a man to love me. That's not a man, that's your son. He's 5. Okay.
What?
So number one.
They're saying that on social media?
Oh, they got all the boy moms. Oh, yes. And it's creepy as fuck. It's creepy as fuck because they're raising their son to be their man. And because they don't have one. Okay. And they're also raising their daughters to be them, and they're teaching their sons to accept the kind of woman that they are.
Okay. So saying all that, then is it right then to then shame men for not wanting to step up and put themselves in that position? Is it right? Is it right to shame men for not wanting to?
I think it's wrong to shame anybody for doing what they want, what makes their heart happy. I think but there's another aspect of it, because single mothers need to beware, because there are men that will target single mothers to get closer to the children. So you can't just take the first man willing to step up because you need some help, or the first man that's willing to step up because he's so helpful and he's so involved and he's so sweet and good to my kids. No. You still have to have good discernment with that. Being a single mother, you have to have good discernment with who you let or allow to be in your life with your children. Because sometimes he's not there for you. Sometimes he's there for your kids. Sometimes he's there to prey on your children, on your daughter.
Let's roll this back. Let's roll it back one step. What do you mean we should not, or we ought not, shame people for what they want, what they desire?
So I'll put it to you like this. In my opinion, I don't like to keep a biased opinion, but I'll put myself in it. So I have 2 little girls, okay, before my husband, and we have a daughter together. All right, he had a son. All right, before we got married. All right, so my oldest, the father, he's not interested. I made her as available as possible. He's not interested. Okay. Well, me and my husband have 13 years of history. All right. So my husband, when we got married, he automatically he treats them like his. I myself didn't discipline my kid. I didn't beat them. I didn't whoop them.
Right.
I might pop the little thighs.
Yeah, you do what moms do. I got it.
Right. Yeah, I do what moms do. I pop the little thighs, but now my oldest is 12 and my middle one is 8. All right. So I've only been in 2 relationships. So that's where they came from. Okay. So and ever since I was like 17, and I'm 32. So I haven't been in a bunch of relationships. But when me and my husband got married, I'm not saying he stepped up, because my children I have a village around me. Thank God. Some people don't. I have my mom, I have my dad, I have a village, but at the same time, when we got married, those are his, they're in this house. They listen to him. you know, and that's been made perfectly clear. Like he runs this house. You know what I mean? He's the leader. He's my leader. So he's the leader of this house. And they're not a liability to him only because of, I don't think so, because of how I raised them. You know what I mean? My children are homeschooled, straight A. You know, they're not a liability that I think.
No qualms with what the position that you're describing. No qualms there so far. It's just a blanket statement of we ought not shame things that people desire. Men going out,
some things should be shamed, but I get what you're saying.
Right. It's just be a little bit more careful with it, because there are lots of things that should be shamed that are actually based on.
No, I know. I got a couple things in mind. So I see where you're going with that. I was speaking just in that perspective. There's a lot of shit out here that needs to be shamed. Bullying needs to definitely come back.
And so that's what people mean when they say like holding people accountable is, how did you get in the situation in the first place? Right? Like identifying that kind of thing. Now, I'm not really a big fan of like family stuff being put on YouTube. I kind of generally oppose that. I have big qualms with that one. But having the honest conversation out there and saying, okay, yeah, I made this mistake. An example. So I'm an atheist I'm an atheist and a Christian nationalist in the same breath. It's kind of a weird position because I just argue for Christianity on a functional purpose.
Right. So you don't believe in God, but you can see the value and the fundamental, the inherent value that just that religion in itself has to offer in our society.
I'm biased toward Christianity because it was the religion that was predominant within the environment I was raised in. So I'm just biased toward it because that's where I came from. I look at the Bible as pretty much like a really good guidebook to life. I don't see any difference between the Bible and a self-help book. I just consider the Bible to be a larger self-help book because you go through it like 10 different times over and over, and you still get like more and more and more. As you change and evolve through life, so does the information you get at it. You kind of see things a little bit different.
Yeah, it's constantly,
So if like as a prescription base, don't go to Barnes and Noble and buy the self-help book. Just pick up the Bible. You'll figure it out. Like you can generally figure it out. So that's my position. Now, in the concept of like how I'm married, I only have one child, and I am the epitome of what most people would consider to be kind of like the evilness that exists within society. I went through my little slut phase, just like every other man that's on YouTube that's bragging about their position. I just don't do that. I don't answer the concept of, well, what's your body count? I don't answer that. I say, it's pretty bad, right? But at the end of the day, I married a wife that was actually a virgin. I just didn't marry an American woman. I married a Vietnamese woman, which is kind of where I'm at currently. I also don't support passport bros.
I was just going to call you a passport bro.
So to be fair, the difference between me and passport bros is I didn't like go out of the country to kind of like seek women. My job sent me out of the country 95% of my adult life, right? This is just
serendipitous.
Myself in. The difference is I've also seen the other end of what the passport bros say. Or like what they're advertising. Come here, live this lifestyle, blow through women. I also understand the consequences that come with that. The same as a bunch of teenagers would say, hey, look, go through as many women as you can, get your money up kind of concept. Yeah, I've got pushback against all of that. And it's just
one second, Josh. And this is a perfect segue because this is actually where I wanted to go next. Perfect segue. And Miss Jane, I want to hear your perspective on this because I'm sure you are just as immersed in the YouTube streets, social media streets as I am. What's your thoughts about the whole passport bro movement? And first and foremost, do you know about it? Are you aware of the passport bro movement?
Yes,
All
I
right,
am.
cool. If you don't mind, give a little synopsis of what it is, what you think it is, and what's your thoughts about it.
What I gather from it is American women have watered down the roles of a wife in such a form that American men have become uninterested. They don't want to deal with the foolishness. They don't want to deal with, I'm not submitting to you. You're not my dad. They don't want to deal with, oh, you don't make six figures. You're not man enough. They don't want to deal with any of that none of that bullcrap, none of that petty stuff. Right. So they just, whoever told them, hey, come over here. There's good women over here. Whoever started that, they was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Well, so let me pack up. Let me go where the good women at. So, I mean, respectfully, I get it. If there was an island of better men, oh baby, I'll be packing up and going too, because I'm trying to get a husband. So I fully support them 100%. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And if the women here in America don't like it, they need to change so that the American men would want them again.
And what about you, Miss Asa? Are you familiar with the Passport Bro movement?
Two for men, yes, yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Well, like I second what she said. Like I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. But I'm all about accountability. So yeah, men are getting, especially, black men, they're getting tired of the pushback. They're getting tired of the, oh, I ain't doing this. You won't have this much. The idea that these women, the simple thing that I saw the other day, you want him to take you on a $300 plus date on the first date before he even knows if you're worth that $300 plus dollars. You know what I mean? That's insane to me, because they have this, you have to have six figures, you have to do that. Meanwhile, you're wearing Shein and some fuzzy slippers, complaining about where he's taking you on your first date. That's mind blowing to me. So I do get it. However, on the other end of the spectrum, I'm all about accountability on both sides. So when I see a lot of men complaining about the BBLs, I see a lot of them complaining about the weave. I see a lot of them complaining about the 5-foot long eyelashes, but somebody's still knocking these women down. So it's going to keep happening. You keep giving them the affirmation that they're looking for. It's like natural selection. If you stop paying attention to it, I guarantee you they'll either change their ways or go away. Men don't realize the power that they have. Stop entertaining the stuff.
But do you think that because I mean, if we look at the numbers, we can see marriage rates are clearly declining.
I love that argument, and I would love to go there with you.
Okay, cool, let's do it. But we see that marriage rates are declining, particularly in Black America. Black women are getting married at a 26% rate. Do you think that that's the validation women are seeking? Is just sex, that they're getting pumped and dumped? Is that the only validation that they're seeking? Or
it's not the validation that they're seeking. So they're getting married at a slower rate, but the divorce rate is 70 to 80%. Okay. I'm not sure how much of that demographic is the Black community, but I know the divorce rate is 70 to 80%. And they like to publicize that, like, oh, the divorce rate 70, 80%. And women are initiating these divorce rates at this rate, but no one wants to dive deeper into why. You know what I mean? You're not looking into the domestic violence. You're not looking into the financial instability. You're not looking into why women are initiating 70 to 80% of the divorces these days. Okay, they just like to blame it, throw it on women and be like, oh, the rate's 70, 80%. But why don't has anyone broken that down to see?
All right,
why?
hold up, Josh. Oh, go ahead, Miss Jane.
I was just going to say the women are initiating the divorce. The men are initiating the divorce.
That's just what I said. Women are initiating it, but no one. But if you look
at the men don't leave. So the men don't leave the relationship.
Right. That's the point I'm trying to make. The women don't want to stick it out. I mean, granted, Yeah, granted, you're married, so you fall in that percentile of a possible divorce. I don't wish that on you, but you fall in that percentile. So as women, we have to make sure that we are actually willing to give a crap to stay in our marriage, so that we improve on the statistics and stay within the marriage, and submit to the covenant and the vow that you made, and not just get, not just walk away just because somebody made a decision that wasn't necessarily the best. I
Well,
mean,
finances are the number one reason.
Oh, Miss Jane,
Finances are the
what is
number one
going on with
reason,
you tonight?
and then there's infidelity,
I
and
mean, I'm
then
just
it goes
saying.
down the list. So there's finances, there's infidelity, there's miscommunication. There's a list of percentages of why these women are filing. And I'm not saying I'm not
So
saying it's a good thing, and I'm not saying they should. Now, marriage is work. Marriage takes work, but how it's hard to say I'm gonna stick through it through infidelity. I'm gonna stick through it through getting my ass beat. I'm gonna stick through it through him not wanting to get a job, but I'm gonna stick beside him. He's a good man, Savannah. No, I mean, you have to look at the reasons why, and there are some stupid ass reasons why people get divorced, and I think a lot of it is they want the wedding. The women want the wedding, but they don't want to do the work to keep the marriage. They
What
want
if I?
they want
But
the
what if I
flowers.
told you? But what if I told you in regards to the abuse statistics that the majority of abuse is reciprocal, and that one side of the abuse is 70% of the time it's the woman initiating it.
Where'd you get that statistic from?
Domestic. I'll send it to you in the back chat.
Okay.
But yeah,
No, I just
It-
generally, I'm not challenging you on it. I really want to read up. I actually want to read up on it.
but what if I told you? Let's just say you accepted that premise. Would that change your perspective or how you see things as far as the abuse aspect is concerned? Like,
Men
what if
can
I?
very well be in domestically violent situation. Yes, and if and 9 times out of 10, they don't fight, they don't hit them back. You know what I mean? But there are, like I said, I was just making a blanket statement that no one goes deep enough to see why all of these divorces are happening. Like, what are these women's reasoning? And it may not be a good reason, but what are the
Yeah.
reasons? I just wanted to know what are the reasons. Now,
Josh, let me hear. Let me hear what Josh. I know we said a lot so far. Josh,
So
let me hear your thoughts, man.
domestic violence rates are incredibly low when it comes down to heterosexual marriages. They've always been. Somehow the media got a hold of something and just said, "Oh, this is a problem," and maybe it is, but like at these small percentiles, it's really not. It's not like this huge epidemic to have to deal with. But I do agree with you on the concept of why. Why are people in a marriage all of a sudden one day deciding they just don't want to deal with the other person? That's actually I would say that's the number one question here.
So Josh, I looked at the number one reason. There's three reasons. The number three reasons. The first reason is I want to say it's financial, and the second is irreconcilable differences, meaning that when they polled the women as to what they meant by that is that they grew apart.
I'm not buying.
in summary, yeah, it's bull. It is.
And here's the reason why. Okay, so an example would be let's start with the first one, the economical reasons for divorce. The divorce rates are just as high for upperclassmen as they are for anybody else. They're technically okay, so there's some index points lower, but at the end of the day, you still end up with the same problems of like economics. I'll take my parents as an example. I'm from a divorced family. My father was born in 1926. My mother was born in, I think, 1948. So there's this huge age gap in between them. Understanding this, I'm from an upper class family, generationally. So like also my grandparents and just so on and so forth. The things they used to fight about, I only now as a 40-year-old man, I'm starting to kind of hear about. My old man believed that almost every dollar that was brought into the house should be saved or invested like long-term kind of thing. He's kind of like an old dude, so it would seem like naturally. My mother, on the other hand, made really good money. She was head of a loan department called Fleet Finance. It's now called Bank of America, meaning she was the top of the loan officing department, whatever that is.
Wow.
Her problem would be she would in the 1980s, early 1990s. She honestly believed that she had every right to go to the store and buy a $275 dress, which would be like the equivalent of like a $600 dress today. Can you imagine my old man coming from like World War II era, where rationing was a real thing, and my mom just from his perceptions, she's going off and buying some frivolous, just a dress at some kind of crazy thing. You can understand there would be contention in between the two. Apparently, that was a real big thing for them, so bad that they believed that divorce was the only way to solve that problem. They were great parents, but that whole like economic thing never is the thing that people think about. People think like, oh, well, I just don't have the money to support marriage. Believe it or not, doesn't really require that much money to be married and just struggle through life.
Right.
It's just not really.
Exactly.
Nobody sits there and has an honest conversation, and they damn sure don't do it on YouTube. Everybody's promoting bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So let me add. I got my man, the real ICO. What's up, bro?
Happening, man.
Glad you're here, man. Blessings, blessings, blessings. So, I'm sure you've been tuning in for a hot second, man. So what I initially started talking about was the Passport Bros, but we kind of segue off into reasons why the divorce rate is so high. And as you may or may not know, women typically initiate divorces at a 70 to 80% clip. What's your thoughts about everything, man, so far? What you've heard? What do you think? And yeah, go ahead.
First of all, Russell Wilson is a simp.
Oh.
All right. Second, you still there?
Oh, where'd he go?
Yeah, we're listening.
Okay.
He's there. He just dropped off to stop from laughing so much.
I was like, wait a minute.
As far as the divorce rate, I speak on what I've seen, and I just think that women don't know their role in a marriage, and they're not humble. They won't be humble to it anyway if they did recognize it. They have unrealistic expectations. They have unfair expectations. They watch too much TV and they have the wrong friends. And most of all, they were not trained to be a wife.
What would you say to anyone who says that maybe it's that women raise their standards because there's not any viable candidates out there for suitable mates?
What are those standards based on? That's what I would ask them, because we have a lot of pseudo-Christian feminists out here that they'll always quote Proverbs 31, but they totally miss the previous 30 chapters of that. So, that's what I would ask. What are those standards based on?
Sorry, I was on mute. Okay. Okay. So you're saying women are not. They're not. What is the word? What's the word? They're not weighing their standards. They're not weighing their standards against anything that's valuable right now. So pretty much they're accepting anything that aligns with some sort of like hedonistic pursuit. There's no real measurement to weigh against.
I'll say that women today, and I can confidently say that today, women of today, it's all about their happiness, their pleasure, their mental health. My mom was one of my best friends, and we were talking the other day, and I was saying like, the difference between her group and my age group is back then, being a mom was the most important thing. Now that's not so, the children are kind of like maybe secondary or even in some aspect, but you know, a lot they treat their children like accessories. You know, they want a child so they can take the maternity photos with their stomach out and and all that, and it's sickening.
Do you ladies agree with what he's saying as far as women just abandoning the post of motherhood, and that they're really more so wanting to have family? They want the marriage, they want the wedding, but they don't want to accept the role of being a wife. Do you guys agree with that, ladies?
Yeah, I do. I honestly do. That's what I mean by, because I think that's what I meant by like on social media, they want the attention, they like 2 weeks pregnant with the bump in you know what I mean, and it's like, girl, you too anxious, you know what I mean? They want the wedding, they want to be on that pedestal, but they're not willing to do the work. They're not willing to do the work. But I see that aspect of it, and I definitely agree with it. But I just saw a post the other day that I had this thought. Women have abandoned their values of being a wife. And I wanted to look, because I'm a seeker, so I'm always wanting to look into why. Is it, and I'll ask y'all this, I'll ask you and Joshua, do you think that it's because the economy that we're in, where women, so back when women wore skirts and they were soft, a 3-bedroom house cost $60,000. Okay, Papa could go out and make the money, and she could stay home and be soft, take care of the kids, take care of the house. Ever since that changed on us, resources became scarce, and women had to step out and go to work because the average Joe just wasn't making enough. Do you think that they are unable to turn that switch back off, having to get out in the corporate world, work with him, work alongside him, be just as tired as he is when he comes home, and still take care of everything else, just like back when they didn't have to? So do you think that they just can't turn that switch on and off of being breadwinner and coming home and being soft wife and mother and homemaker? Because I think the economy has a lot. I'm not taking the accountability away from them, but I think the economy that we live in today has forced us to take on some masculine traits that women today just can't turn off, or they're unwilling to turn off.
I think that it's a matter of humility. My mom worked 40 hours a week, came home and cooked and did all the mom stuff. And
where was your dad there? I'm not meaning to pry.
Yeah, my dad was at work.
He's at work. Okay.
He would come back late, and you know, my mom was a mom and my dad was dad. Okay. You know, so it's not a matter of turning off masculine or anything like that. I think that older women need to reach back and teach these younger women how to really vet men, because you know, the same mistakes are being made over and over again. And
when we hold them accountable, they call us a pick-me. They don't want to hear it from us either. They don't want to hear it from y'all, but they don't want to hear it from us either. I'm gonna be honest. Well,
then this conversation is null and void. We need to talk about something else then. Because if the people we're making this for doesn't want to hear it, then we're just talking.
Well, it's at least putting it out there, you know, but
respectfully, the people who are meant to receive it will receive it. We gotta stop acting like every time we speak something that's true, everybody's gonna receive the truth. There's people in which the truth will fall on ears in which they'll go into go mode, and there's unfortunately truth that will sit on that will just bounce off the walls of people's ears. So you pay attention to the ones that want to hear. You pay attention to the ones that want to grow, that want to learn. Everybody else is irrelevant. That's just the bottom line. So what I spoke on earlier today was another thing, and this is me kind of like throwing in a monkey wrench at this point. A lot of men, which I'm observing on my own platform, men are not being boisterous about what they really need. Um, they're saying what they need, but they're not really correcting the women as they should. A lot of men are they're choosing to opt out of the hard conversations when you don't like this woman that do this. Maybe she does something you don't really like that she does it, but you don't really say nothing because you're like, oh, I don't want to step on no toes or whatever.
Right.
I believe that men need to use their voice more and start calling it out, because men are not really doing that. So to the point of what the real said, your mom came home and did that work because she had to, obviously because your father was at work. If there was true balance, I'm sure your mom would have had less hard working days if your father worked the same time she did and they were both home at the same time. So we have to remember, like, it's equal contribution in the home. The man is the head. 1 Corinthians 11:3, he is the head, but the woman is called to be the helpmate.
But women have always worked, though. I mean, they've always had to contribute. Even today, I mean, we got 72% of Black women, and I think it's even more for women in general that's working. But does that null and void the man's authority? Does that void out the order, the hierarchy that is meant to preside in the home?
Sure it does. And the reason is because everybody fucking worships money. Excuse my language. At the end of the day, if your priority is to get your money up, fuck you. In society, screw you. You're not doing
Respect.
anything. You're
Respect.
literally the breakdown of family.
Respect.
And at the end of the day, if family breaks down, so does your culture, so does any traditionalism that gets passed on.
Mm-hmm.
They keep us in this cycle that they have us in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem I'm having right now with this conversation is the ladies have basically extended an olive branch here, past a lot of other panels where they're stating these are the things that we did wrong. Now, what us guys doing up here? Why are we not sitting here admitting to the bullshit that we did?
Because
I just said that. I literally just said that.
Yeah, the slut maker.
Y'all have to speak up.
Guilty of this problem as the slut.
Right. Yeah.
Keep it going,
up.
guys. I'm gonna run to the restroom, but keep it going, y'all. I'll be right back.
Y'all have to speak up.
Right. Y'all don't realize the power that y'all have. Men don't realize the power they have. If you're tired of the long eyelashes and the 30-inch weave and the ass shaking, stop knocking those women down. Pay them no mind. Be bougie with your loins. Have the strength to do that, and I promise you it'll go away. Because if a woman tells you she's wearing 30-inch weave, 5-inch long eyelashes, and doing all this ass shaking and everything for, oh, I do it for myself, it's a lie. It's a lie. They're doing it for the affirmation of men and to be in competition with other women for the affirmation of men. They're not doing that shit for themselves. I'm telling you, I've been a woman 32 years. If men spoke louder and showed, you can yell across a social media platform all you want. In your day-to-day life, if you see a female looking like that, turn the other way. Turn the other way. And I guarantee you, it's like natural selection. They will either go for each other or fizzle out, but you will have more virtuous women to choose from.
I appreciate your honesty. For a young man, that's gonna take it's gonna take an older man to really teach them that, because women lie a lot, and they'll say, "I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for myself."
That's a lie.
Consciously know that's a lie, but she'll double down and triple down. So like me, I'm 37, so I know I kind of like came to the point where it's like, okay, these women are lying, because all that stuff they do for themselves and they're still miserable. Then they're not getting the results that
But
they
you
want.
know what? But you know what men told me? They said, "Oh, well, that's just for not. They're not getting wifed up though. They just getting knocked down." I'm like, maybe they don't want to get wifed up, but you're still giving them some form of affirmation. You're
They
still knocking them down. They're not
they,
virgins.
they do want to get wifed up. Most women subconsciously want to get wifed up, but it's just they don't have any humility. So and that's why they'll always, not always, but that's times they'll pick the guy that's not right for them because they're out to prove something. Whereas the guy that's for them, they'll say, "Oh, well, God told me that this is just not the right relationship for me," and they'll
See,
that.
I think a man sleeps around to prove something to him, to convince himself of something to somebody else, convince something to somebody else. But a woman sleeps around to convince herself of something. Okay,
Men men absolutely sleep around because they can, because there's
Right.
nothing really to push back in society.
Right, and then women sleep around because they're trying to convince themselves of something. We don't just do it to prove a point. Like a man will do it to prove like I can, so I will. But a woman, there's still strategy, and she's trying to convince herself of something.
Hold up, I gotta give a little pushback to that, because what I've always heard is that men sleep with who they can, women sleep with who they want. Meaning that men typically, if you're not on the upper echelon, if you're not the cream of the crop, you're not going to have that access.
There wouldn't be all
multiple
these
options.
baby daddies, broke niggas round if they getting it. Trust me.
Well, I mean, if you look at some of the studies that's been out, I mean, I don't know how much weight you guys put into some of these studies, but like the most recent one with 33% of men is between the ages 18 and 30 is either a virgin that hasn't had sex in the last year and a half.
That's the Gen Zers, and they're absolutely at a lower rate of sleeping around. But there's a reason.
It ain't millennials.
Why do you think, Josh?
There's a reason for that. That's because everything on social media is telling you to avoid the other gender. Period. It's always a problem.
Yeah,
so they listen to something.
That's true.
That's true. What is the cost
That's true. Right.
Right. Like a lot of these manosphere dudes are borderline gay, and a lot of are
oh my gosh.
I'm not about to go back and forth with a woman, in a vitriolic way for like 4 hours on a live stream. Like, I'm about to go out after I get off of here. I'm about to hit the streets, but a lot of dudes, they'll be on here for 4 hours arguing with women or complaining about women. So that's like
heavy on the complaint.
Feminine energy. Women talk back and forth to each other. Like, it's only so long a man's gonna talk before hands start flying.
This is true.
So
so let me ask you, do you think it's that it's like redundant for men and women to I'll just say for a certain caliber of woman to be having a conversation, or a man trying to seek understanding from a lower caliber woman? Do you think that's even like that's null and void, that's redundant, it's not necessary?
What do you mean by lower caliber? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Prostitute.
Oh.
I mean,
digital prostitute.
What is the point? My thing is, if that's not my woman, if that's not my sister, or if that's not a woman that I'm aspiring to be, like, what business do I have with her?
Mm-hmm.
The young lady, Ava, is that your name? Asa or Ava? Asa. I'm sorry. Let me blow up my other screen. But you made a great point about ignoring people that that you don't like. My dad always told me, don't hang around things you don't like, or you're gonna end up liking it.
Or you're gonna end up liking it. Exactly.
End up liking you.
So then let me ask you then, how do we bridge the gap from the conversations that we're having right now to what's being pedestalized and promulgated right now in the media, basically what's being inculcated in our young women's minds to be like, to emulate? how do you bridge that gap with these women who are idolizing certain key figures in our society right now?
Well, as men, the best thing to do is to win. You have to win. That's
Win what? More specific. Win what?
You have to win in whatever endeavor you're in. You can't be a loser and be complaining all the time.
So if I want to hold the I'll use the white people bullshit crap that's going on in society. If I want to be the top school shooter and kill, the record of it,
He said the top
should
school
I be
shooter.
the winner?
I'm talking about in a ethical, functional, societal way,
Okay.
contributing to.
Okay.
Look at we don't understand the kind of government we have. We have a representative government to where we elect people to represent our interests.
No. You were on something with the ethics. If you go on to the government thing, I'm just going to say you get the women that you deserve, you get the government you deserve. Because at the end of the day, people put this stuff in place. However, you're on something with the ethics. Where do you guys get your ethics from?
You didn't let me finish, man. I was just saying.
Yeah, but you're there. You're right there.
I like it. I dig it.
I'm in it. Yeah.
As a man, you have to affect change in your environment. You have to shape your environment. It's kind of like their environment, but the environment is the product of the men in the environment. So
right.
You can't just be sitting on the sidelines complaining.
Yeah.
Being a you
right,
have
but sorry. You're skipping over it. The ethics.
Yeah.
You're absolutely 100% right.
Yeah.
Where does it come from? Where do you guys get your ethics from?
I get my ethics from the Bible.
Okay, I'm good. It's a starting point. I'll give it to you.
So I mean, but what point are you trying to make though? Like,
I'm trying to say that you're exactly doing the thing that you should be doing. Are you going to fail sometimes? Yes, we all do. But that's your starting point. Now, what's your goal? That's simple. I can already imagine your goal.
But okay, so let's dig.
In other words, pay attention to the women that want to be wives and leave the non-wives alone, like somebody already said. That's just the bottom line. The word says he that finds a wife. That means the wife was already a wife before you found her. So you focus on the wife that already has wife tendencies, not the wife that's up here with her half of her butt out, half of her chest out. She don't know how to forgive. She don't know how to submit, not even submit like a slave. She don't even know how to listen. She wants to overtalk you and get the last word. You pay attention. The bottom line is, how do we bridge the gap? We're not God. We don't need to be trying to bridge the gap. We just need to be speaking to the people that already are believers, or to Josh's, whatever you believe in, if you believe, or whatever, if you don't believe, you need to be sticking with the people that believe what you believe. Everything else is history. We're at a point now where they're either going to listen to learn or they're not. And the ones that's not, oh well, leave them alone.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Before y'all carry on with this, I want to ask this question because I've been thinking about this a lot, and I want to hear y'all responses about this. But do you guys think that FOMO? Y'all know what FOMO means? The acronym?
No, I don't.
FOMO, FOMO. It means fear of missing out, right? Basically, live YOLO. It's like an offshoot of YOLO. Live your best life. Do whatever you can right now. Do you think fear of missing out is a tool for women to be happy, or is it a tool for destruction?
Destruction.
Destruction, both for men and women, actually.
The Bible talks about how fear breeds torment. So if you're fearing something that you don't even know, then of course it's going to lead to your destruction. Ultimately, whatever you fear is going to come up.
Karen.
Okay. And so, do you think that applies to women who choose to forego like finding a husband and getting married, like in their prime?
It should
Or
apply.
what-
It applies to everybody, really.
To when they forego all that for what?
Yeah.
For something else? To
Well,
live-
that's the point of the YOLO is the unknown. They don't know what it is that the other.
Nah, we already know. They want to get down. They want to get down with whoever and whenever.
It might be a little bit more to it than that. They want the best option that they can give, but they don't know what the options are.
Man, look here. I've been in this game for years. They want to hold out, and they get the absolute worst in between.
Yes.
Never finding that best. So
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you, say you're an atheist, right? But let me tell you something about the Bible. The Bible is about a wife and a whore, and at the end, the whore gets destroyed, and that happens in real life. Whores get destroyed.
Yeah, I absolutely hate your
Whores don't get a
description of
second
the Bible, but I'll give it to you.
I mean, you can hate it, but
No, I hate the description. I agree. Like, I agree with your point. I think it's kind of a sidestep, though.
Read the book of Proverbs. It talks about a wife and a whore.
Hold up, guys. I really want to hear from the ladies though. When y'all hear like these phraseologies like "live your best life," "do you, girl," and female empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Pursue your happiness. Hashtag journey. All these little things that y'all see. Hashtag healing. Hashtag healing me. All these little like nostrums. What is your what do you think about that? Like, do you think this is just all like propaganda to denigrate a woman's value and ultimately lead her into destruction, or do y'all think that this is something ultimately serving their best interests?
You want to go first, Asa?
I'm tired of seeing women yassify the bullshit. All of it. All of the bullshit. I'm tired of seeing all this live your best life and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna reference the Bible again. It's be happy to eat at your own little table. You know what I mean? Be happy with what you have versus eating somewhere else. So if you're with this man and you're losing out on something with this man, and so you jump from him to him, all you're doing is wrecking yourself. You know what I mean? Because once that man's done, he's gonna go find a wife. Okay, once he's done with you, he's gonna go find a wife, and in the end, you're gonna be left with nothing. You know, it's not all this live your best life and yes queen and all this kind of stuff like that. That's really contributing to the divide. It's really it's bullshit.
Mhm.
It's bullshit.
Mhm.
It's an excuse for you to be a hoe. It's an excuse. And you're saying, oh, well, you know, I got my own, I'm taking myself on vacation, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, and then what? What are you left with after that? What are you left with? Because when he's done with you and when he's gonna go find a wife, he's gonna go find a wife. You were an experiment, okay? And then now he's gonna go settle down, get married, and raise kids, and you're 40, 50 years old by yourself, bitter, and you got like 4 cats.
Let me hear you. Let me hear your perspective, Jane.
It's absolutely
fear of missing out.
Fear of STD.
Well, that part I was gonna speak on the whole is the self-love thing toxic?
It's
Okay.
all the same connotation.
So from that perspective, it's 100% toxic. I spoke on that today. There's a love, I think it's if I'm not mistaken, it's storage love, STORGE. I spoke on the 7 types of love today. So you have to be able to identify the type of love you're in order for you to even know that you're in love. So storage love is self-love. There is such thing as destruction though. You can elevate yourself. You can give yourself so much self-love. You can self-center yourself so much where you have elevated to a level of unreachable, where you feel like you're above everybody else. So in the event, which Ace has already talked on it, what you're going to do is you're going to say you don't need a man, which is, if you are a believer in Christ, that's blasphemy, because God created man literally for woman and woman for man. So you can't love God but don't need man. It doesn't go in the same. So yeah, it's definitely women are what's going to happen is which is what's happening. I know three women that's in their 60s that are single that desperately want marriage. Think a man is just going to fall out of the sky, and I'm sorry to break it to him, but it's not going to happen like that. So yeah, straight up. So yeah, you need to come back to earth. You need to ground yourself and start to interact with men again, and treat them like you want to be treated, and then go on about your life. Otherwise, yeah, you gonna be one of those that everybody else is gonna be married. Especially the time that we're entering in. This is the time in where you're gonna need a tribe. And if you out on the streets with yourself and all your little 4 kids, ain't nobody gonna help you, baby, because it's too many mouths to feed, first of all. And secondly, we ain't got enough space. You're gonna be on your own.
Go ahead, Josh.
I got major pushback. People ought not fear bullshit. So I realize I'm an atheist and I'm not supposed to be quoting the Bible. Bad thing, I guess, apparently. But I'm going to do it for the sake of this point here. So
you can. That's actually the Spirit of God. So go ahead, brother.
Right. So please do. Right.
Book of Ecclesiastes. King Solomon would probably be like the idea of what we are as men today. You know, a bunch of concubines, a bunch of wives, just wanting to go out there and do whatever we want to do. What was his 4 things he stated for the purpose of life? The last one being the exact thing that you guys are saying ought not be the case. Do anybody want to? It's like the last couple verses of Ecclesiastes.
And keep his commandments. This is the duty of men, and he's going to bring all things. He's going to bring all things to judgment and stuff like that.
Here, I'll break it down real simply. Eat, drink, be merry. Not exactly sure what that one means. And fear God. So why is the case?
Be happy, right?
Yeah, why is it the question or the case that you can fear God, that's good, but then when somebody says, I fear loss, that's bad? It wouldn't be the problem that fear is the problem. It would be apparently what you fear.
Mm-hmm.
Discernment.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's true. Fear is a bad thing. Fear could be healthy depending on the object of your fear.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Fear keeps you, in some aspects, fear keeps you safe. I mean,
well, no, because
on a biological level, not a spiritual level. Don't attack me.
Yeah, I'm not to attack people for saying something.
Give your respect.
Put some respect on my name.
The Bible talks about fear. It's just having a healthy respect for something.
Right.
It tells women in the New Testament the same way to fear their husbands like men. You know, fear is just a healthy respect for something that has the ability to harm you.
Yeah.
So God doesn't want to be a coward, and it translates the word for coward fear. That says God didn't give us a spirit of fear; it's a spirit of cowardice. But you know, fear is not necessarily a bad thing. I see people that live their life, have no fear of anything. They usually crash and burn in the worst way.
Crash out, yeah.
Okay, I understand that because I'm all immediately my mind is going to.
God's is important to have in the center of your relationship, because a man that doesn't fear God, he fears nothing. That means he doesn't fear losing you. He doesn't fear crashing out. He doesn't fear losing the job that's feeding y'all. He doesn't. Wait,
1 second. I just realized I didn't get an opinion or a perspective from the guys. What do y'all think about what the word simp means? What does it mean to y'all when y'all hear that word?
What word?
What word?
Simp.
Simp?
Yeah.
Oh, Russell Wilson. No.
I knew he was coming back with that bullshit. I knew I knew he was.
You know why I said Russell Wilson's a simp is because Sierra continues to portray herself. That's why. You know, he's a nice guy.
Right.
He seems, you know, he's like a
How
good
does she disrespect him? That's that. How does she
twerking in public? You know,
twerking in public? Well,
yes.
I haven't seen the video, so I don't. If you've seen it, I respect that. I okay.
Oh, I don't really like looking at it, looking for it, but it's out there multiple times.
She just put out a song too, not too long ago. What was it like? All the single, like she was like propagating this whole the single
get
lady
that
stuff.
money, get that money, be independent. Yeah.
But that's all.
So it's like that's contrary to what
Cardi B promotes that too, and she's at home with her husband and her kids. Like it's entertainment.
No, Cardi B is married to who's she married to?
Pookie.
She's married to generate Russell Wilson not. So whatever Cardi B and Offset have going, that's of the world. Russell Wilson's supposed to be a man of God. So
I can disagree with not twerking in public. I can do that. She is an international superstar. She is an entertainer. She is a singer.
But do you also agree? But do you agree that any man that has frame, integrity, morals, fortitude
his husband is a simp?
would not allow? But hold up. Let me ask you this though. In regards to Russell Wilson,
Stop.
do you agree that a man who has respect for himself and has made a name for himself as some high caliber guy, do you think he would allow his woman to portray herself like that in that light, knowing that it could potentially hurt his reputation?
So I do get it. So me personally, I'm married. I would not conduct myself that way. But if entertaining was my job and my husband
do you
married
think
me
that any man that accepts that regardless of her job is a simp?
I don't think it's simping necessarily.
It absolutely is. So here, let's see if we can make this clear. Everybody always has a different definition of simp.
Yeah, I have a different definition of a simp. I think a simp is just being done so dirty, and she's just, what I mean. Egregious with it, but
let me throw my definition out there. We'll start there. My definition of a simp is a male. Specifically, this only applies to males.
Yeah. A
male that will abandon principle for box.
Ooh. Okay.
That's
I like that.
I always thought that simp was a acronyms. What is it? A sucker impressed by mediocre. Never mind.
Yeah. The problem is when society talks about something, they're going to use a word. When society uses a word, when they come up with a slang term, they're just using it as a weapon one way or the other.
Yeah,
I happen to actually like the usage.
Okay.
A simp is a woman worshiper.
I'm a simp. I'm married.
That's what a simp is.
Can you really be a simp to your wife if your wife is worth it?
The answer is yes, and proudly.
If she's worth it, is
all right, Josh.
No.
Okay, all right, we gotta unpack this. Guys, because I need clarification. Okay, how can you be a simp that's married? Please edify me.
Think about all of the normal things within a marriage. God, I love talking about marriage because it makes no sense to me. But think of all the normal things in a marriage. You come home from work, you walk in the door, first thing your old lady does is nag and complain about something, right? We call it nagging and complaining, but the reality is, I don't know, I left a wet towel on the floor, right? I come out of the shower, I'm tired, I throw my stuff on the floor, and I'm expecting the old lady to pick up after me. Think about that for a moment. I'm more inclined to pick up my wet, dirty towel off the floor and put it in the laundry basket or the washing machine, all because, tonight I'm going to want some action. So I'm going to act a certain way because I want box. That's simple.
I've never.
Wait, Josh.
It's a hell of a lot of simps then.
Asa says she like that. Jane.
No, the chat. What the chat?
Jane, why you
What?
say that? You said it's a lot of simps.
I'm just saying. I'm just thinking about. I'm thinking back. I'm just saying. I'm thinking back to all the men on my platform. That it's a lot of simps then, because a lot of men do that. Y'all do that. Y'all. Just like Asa said, with the whole Cardi B and the long weaves and the this and that, or if you don't like the color blue when this woman is wearing a blue dress, you'll be like, oh, well, maybe I do like the color blue because she got a big ass and she got some perky breasts. So maybe I do like blue today. And then y'all will go over there and y'all play like you like the color blue when y'all really don't like the color blue, because you're trying to get in between the legs. So yeah, that means it's raining simps then. That means everybody, you're a simp and he's a simp and he's a simp. That means we giving out free simps. We giving out free simp cards today. That's what that means.
I know it sounds nasty. I know it sounds nasty and nobody likes it. But at the end of the day, that's what us men are gonna do. We're gonna talk something.
All right. How about this?
I get it, Josh.
How about this? And I need particularly the ladies to be honest. Do women respect simps? Think about it before y'all just answer it.
No. No.
Expound, please.
I'm gonna let her go. First.
They just don't. It's been clear as day. Oh my gosh, so many women have divorced their husband, but they've said, "Oh, for instance, what's that girl? Tia Mowry, the twin or whatever." Her for an example. Huh? What?
I was married to a beta male.
I see it talking. Is your lips moving?
No, listen.
That's him.
It's a sound effect.
I'm like, who's talking?
It's a sound effect. I'm sorry, Miss Jane.
I'm sorry. At Asa like,
look,
is her
it messed
lips
me up
moving?
too. I was like,
it's a sound bite. Listen, and then respond. Continue to elaborate what you were saying.
I was married to a beta male.
Go ahead.
Right. Who is that?
It's just a sound clip.
Okay. Anyway, so moving on. Moving on. So yeah, a good example is Tia Mowry. The only reason why I reference celebrities is because everybody knows these people. Y'all don't know the people that lives in my neighborhood down the street. So that's the only reason why I reference celebrities. When you take Tia for example, that woman had the perfect the perfect marriage. She had a perfect marriage. She had the kid with the same man. You know, he was loving on her, all that type of stuff. And then she divorced him. And then when they divorced, she didn't even really give a. She said, "Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I just wanted to live my life. I just figured this time is up, and I just need to live my life." Well, yeah, but so. Yeah, simps. So with that being said, from the perspective the outside looking in, that man provided. He made the salary that women require. He has the job that men require. He's the type of father that women want. He's all the father figure, all these things, and yet he was everything that every woman would ask for, and then you left anyway. So yeah, in a nutshell, no, women that don't seek to actually be a wife, they have other hidden motives. And so yes, in summary, no, they do not. Women do not typically like simps. They don't respect simps because their motive was, they had a hidden motive. The motive was not to love you. The motive was not to stay with you. The motive was to just control you and conquer you. And then once you're done, then those types of women move on.
Oh my gosh. Listen, y'all. Everyone that's listening tonight, I don't know, Miss Jane and I, listen. She is on another level tonight, y'all. She is on another level, like 2.0. Go ahead, Asa. I'm sorry. I just had to say that.
No, you good. No, I have to agree. It's when you make it too easy for a woman, when you make it, because women are very good at manipulation. Okay. If there's nothing for us to try to manipulate or try to sway or pull this way or pull, if there's no challenge for us, we're not interested. I mean, honestly, I'm not saying be a nonchalant asshole. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that is if it's just a yes man, you know what I mean? Just whatever you want, you know, whatever.
Right.
If there's no pushback, we like for to try to get our men interested in us. You know what I mean? It's not like all of us all the time. I want to do my hair and you notice. I want to be motivated to do something that attracts your attention instead of it always being whatever you want. Women like we like a little bit of a challenge when it is just handed over like that, and it's not that dynamic of that relationship. Then yeah, it's not respected. It's not respected because women like a little bit of a look at me type of thing. We like that, you know.
ISO, what you think, bro? I already know. Oh snap! All right. My mic sucks right now. Okay, ISO, I already know what you're gonna say, man. But let me. I want to hear from you, bro. Do women respect simps?
No. And women that dries up the well.
Oh no, he didn't.
Very true.
I've had my fair share of women, and I've never had to simp to get. I've never had to be a simp. And even the women that I shouldn't have been messing with, they'll tell me, well, there's this guy, he gives me everything I want, and I don't really, it kind of turns me off.
Wait, I thought that it was a rite of passage that all men are simps at first.
No, I mean, like, you get your heart broken, but they don't make you a simp.
No, I think as a teenage boy, you're willing to do whatever it is that you can to get
because
that.
we're the hunters
To get
like,
that, you start off as a simp. You do, because it's not you as a teenage boy just trying to figure shit out, just trying to learn yourself and learn females in general. You're gonna do whatever it is. You're gonna make sure your hair is, oh my god, every hair in place, every what you're gonna make sure you're gonna simp to get that little experience starting off at first, because you're gonna want her to let you. So you're gonna make sure everything's perfect. You're gonna go buy flowers. You're gonna do whatever it is. May not to that extreme, but at first you do. Now, once you're comfortable in your manhood, that's when that switch is supposed to turn off. Okay. But yeah, I do believe a lot of young men coming up, you're going to simp for the girl you want to go to the dance with, or the girl that you have been crushing on in class or something. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You didn't jump off the porch with women beating down your door. That's not it.
I'll push back on the marriage thing. I would find it very hard to believe that you would be married and not do things you don't want to do and the wife wants you, and you're going to do them because
my husband doesn't.
Be a little bit honest here.
Because you're a simp. Come on, Josh, just say it. Because you're a simp.
Wait.
Because they're a simp.
Jane. Hold up, y'all. Pause for a second. Jane, what happened? What happened to you? You are on fire tonight,
I'm just listening to Josh. I'm listening to Josh speak the truth of the whole truth.
Listen. This is not me and Miss Jane's first live. She's been on many shows with me. She is on fire tonight, like fire, lava. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I just had to point that out because this is so funny. She is being straight. She's giving you guys the unvarnished truth, y'all. Josh, she's calling you a simp, man. What say you?
I stated, I love the word. I am a simp. Matter of fact, a husband is the ultimate simp. It is.
Wait,
come on now, Josh. Good job, Josh. Good job, Josh. Give you 5, Josh.
But wait, okay. We got both of the ladies clapping at the top. So this is a reflection moment right here. This is a life lesson, ladies. Is a husband a simp?
Simping is not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing when you have the wrong woman.
I need a yes or a no, and then you can expound.
In the right relationship, no. I can only answer that way. In the right relationship, no. It's not.
Look,
it's not.
Yo.
There's a time and a place for everything. Okay, so if we're making financial decisions and we're thinking about buying a house, or whatever the case may be, then that's not the time. But if you want to have a good night, you know what I mean, and you do a little extra around the house, or you do it, you cook a
What
little
up, y'all?
something.
Let ISO, because he looked like he ready to put y'all in the right understanding
your
of
woman up and
ISO. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man, because they talking foolishness, man. Let me hear what you have to say, bro.
I don't take advice from women. Women just it's not even, they don't even agree with. Like you don't have to. Women are attracted to men that stand on their square. Okay, if you stand on your square, you're gonna get the box now or later. Period.
Right.
It's the pejorative. Okay.
You can't tell us though what we will do. I mean, we're the woman here.
I've been a woman 32 years longer than you have.
Right. So, I mean, do you have a girl? Are you dating somebody? Are you married? Because you just said your mama is your best friend. So you don't listen to your mama?
Listen to my mom. Don't.
You just said your mom is your best friend. Do you have a girl? Do you have a girl? Do you have a wife?
Oh God.
When the last time you got laid? Have you got laid lately? I mean, just keep it all the way real. I'm just saying. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Look here.
Speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Come on. What is it?
This is what I'm saying. Like,
do you have a girl? Do you have a woman?
Look.
That's a no. So what are we doing? Josh, do you have anything to say?
Oh God. What is happening right now? I do not even recognize my own panel. ISO, man. She
I'm just calling the bluff. Like, cut the cheese and get to the point. Cut the cheese, man.
This is why I'm gonna go women on the internet. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, you hurt my feelings. Come on now.
ISO, she said you in an arena, man. Like, are you gonna put your dukes up? What you gonna do, man?
I'm not gonna address all that. I'm not gonna engage.
That's what simps do. That's what simps do. That's what simps do. They lay down. They lay down.
The problem boils down to
what I'm saying is a simp is a woman worshiper. A simp is not gonna. But
it's okay to worship your woman.
What's wrong with worshiping my wife?
She's the right woman.
Exactly. I don't know why you have a problem with that.
You can bend on preference. Okay. I dated a girl one time, and she was all into I want to open the car door. And I'm like, why? Because that'll make me happy. I'm like, shit. So I'm like, a lot of things will make me happy. So, I thought about.
So your mom, your mama didn't raise you right. You're not gonna open up no car door. You're not gonna open no car door.
Well, hold up, but
You
Jane,
38 years old. You don't open car doors.
but Jane, is every woman worthy of that treatment?
That's why I said it's
If you
okay to
pick
speak
right,
for
they
your
are.
woman.
Why are you dating a woman
what?
that you're not worthy, that you feel is not worthy? Why you even
But
got that woman in your
One
life?
yet, because the
but
right
there,
one will bring that
there
out
is
of
a
you.
such thing. But there is a such thing as a vetting process. Like a man has to vet the
No,
woman
y'all
out,
just
right?
no. Some of y'all just want to get laid. Y'all just want to get laid. Just say that. Just say y'all want to get laid. Just say that. Just say that.
Gentlemen,
If every man knew how to pick right, y'all wouldn't have so many exes. Y'all wouldn't have so many baby mamas. Y'all wouldn't. I mean, yes, I am. Men are not the enemy 10 toes down, but I also call it what it is too.
So the problem really comes down to is the word, right? So it's like saying a word is, as Ice would say, it's a pejorative, right?
Right.
But it also has some kind of meaning to it, right?
Check.
So the question is when is it used? Now, in the concept of like, let's say like the Unwoke said, the vetting process, right? When you start out and you just meet a woman, yeah, you're not jumping over hoops and giving up like unfortunately, I believe in open up. I'm old school. I believe in doing the whole like opening the car door kind of thing. But I can understand why if I'm just meeting a girl, I'm not jumping over all kinds of hoops.
Right. You don't know if she's
just
worth
like that's the vetting process.
Right.
As strongly though, as you get to know a woman, as you decide you want to get into a relationship, if that's the goal that you're going into is I want to be married, I'm going to jump over left and right. I do all kinds of bullshit for my wife I absolutely despise doing. Why? It's my duty as a husband. It's a duty. It's a responsibility, and that's what I'm fulfilling.
And the right woman will bring that out of you. You know what I mean? Like a lot of men will say, oh, I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that. But that's because you haven't met the woman to make you want to do that. You come across a woman that feeds your soul, you will jump through whatever hoops, open 2-3 car doors. You're gonna do it all because she's gonna make you want to do that.
Let me give you some statistics here to kind of put things in perspective for what men have to choose from. 2 times the number of women and men in the workforce. Women have 2 times the number of children. 70% of our children are born out of wedlock. 1 out of 3 women has an STD. The average weight of an American black woman is
where did they get it from? Did they get it from each other? Where'd they get it from?
She sound like Dez.
Jane, would you stop?
No, I'm just saying she sound like Dez. That's all I'm saying. Shouts out to Dez. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Dez.
Shout out to Dez.
I'm just saying. That was no disrespect, Asa.
I love Dez. Yeah, we love Dez.
Disrespect.
We love Dez, but she filibustered so much that we could not even have a conversation.
Yeah,
we could not. It was impossible. But 1 out of 3 women has had an abortion. 1 out of 3 women is on some 1 out of 4 women is on some psychotropic medication. 1 out of the majority, 80% of the black community, black women are weigh like 187 pounds. So when men are assessing viable potential mates for longevity, what do they have to choose from?
You choose from the women that are in the right pool. You choose from the women that are on the right side, not the left side. There are many women on my platform that are single, that don't have kids, that have everything going for themselves, and they're looking for a husband. Y'all just don't really, and I help with that, right? Because if y'all don't have the space of women, if y'all don't know where to go to find the women, then the women need to create the space for y'all to find them. That's what I've been doing. So unfortunately, you guys just have gone on the wrong side of the pool. Go to the right side, not the left side.
That's like getting mad at a dog for doing dog shit. Like you want what the women that don't have the potential at all, you're mad at them.
Right.
Look at the ones that do. Why are you getting mad at your dog for wiping his ass across the carpet? That's what dogs do. Dogs
but when you hear shaming tactics such as it's a real man to step up to take care of another man's child.
No. So being a real man, so taking care of, so having a blended family is not one of the requirements to be considered a real man, but it does take a real man to do that, because you're stepping into something outside of your own. Now, I'm not saying you're not a real man if you don't step up and take care of a bitch with 2-3 kids. That's not what I'm saying. But it does make you a real man if you do that for the right reasons.
Man,
there's nothing wrong with women with children. Suppose you get with a female. Oh, well, I don't want a female. I don't want a female with kids. Okay, cool. Then 2-3 years down the line, you decide you want kids and she's infertile. Oops, what do?
Let me ask you guys all this question. This goes for the whole panel. But if a man meets a 30 to 35-year-old woman and she's still single, not married, never been married, what do you think that man is going to process in his head about her?
Something stupid.
Right, because I need to learn this, because I'm 37, never been married. So I need to hear this.
Go ahead, go off.
I need to hear this.
It's an open question for the panel.
What age is the guy?
Ice over there real quiet.
Yeah,
Ice, did you want to answer that? Did you want to answer that, Ice? No.
I only answer if you let me finish what I'm trying to say.
Here you go. Go ahead.
You really interrupted me, and please be respectful. You're supposed to be a Christian, right?
That don't got nothing to do with it. That don't have nothing to do with it. That don't have zero to do with it.
Being disrespectful. And
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not being disrespectful. Sorry you feel that way.
Like that.
Well, hold your own, sir. Hold your own and speak.
Look, I was trying to say earlier is that you break principle. That's when you break principle to get something, that makes you a simp. Preference is cool. I ended up opening the door for that woman because it made her happy. That doesn't take anything from me. Okay, so that was cool. Like, wasn't. But when you start breaking to get something from women, that's when you're wrong. That's what I was trying to say. But y'all cut me off. What was your question?
Oh, my question was, 1 second. If a man meets a 30 to 35-year-old woman and she's still single, never been married, what do you think that man is going to process in his head about her?
I mean, it just depends on the man. Me personally, I try to see where people are coming from. So when you really start talking to people, see like where it's not good to judge on appearances. It's not good to just judge people. Just on this.
But you don't think that men will have like a preconceived notion that she's maybe socially awkward, has no relationship skills, has chosen bad men in the past, has made poor decisions? Like, you don't think there's any preconceived notions that processes in a man's head when he sees that?
Are you talking about like most men or me?
Most men.
Yeah, most men, most people will. Most people will judge prematurely or have some kind of preconceived notions about. I mean, because the I'm not gonna say the fact of the matter is, but the reality, the overwhelming reality is that most women are single because they want to be. And that could be it could be because of fear, or maybe the guys that are the suitors are not suitable for them. But either way, a lot of women have guys in their phone that will be willing to take them on. So yeah, most guys will judge her prematurely, But I say just talk to people, see where they're coming from.
Josh, what you think, man?
Yeah, pretty much. Everybody gonna hate this one. The reason why society is the way it is and everybody's bitching and complaining about it is because most men are doing the absolute wrong thing. It's going to sound really fucked up, but you cannot hold women accountable because they don't control society. They don't control moral standards. They have never throughout history, right? So at the end of the day, this all boils down to the bullshit that we continue to do. This is why I don't have a problem with the whole shaming language. You got to have something to fight back. I don't care that people are like, oh, simp is a derogatory term. So it works in my marriage. The hell do I care?
Hey, Josh, in the modern day dating landscape, do you think that women make the rules or men do?
In the modern day, like in society, no. Women absolutely do not enact laws. They absolutely do not enact whatever.
No. As far as dating in the dating in our modern day society today, do you think in a dating landscape, women are absolutely capping as hell. They're all like shaking their ass on TV for, I don't know, to get some goddamn attention kind of bullshit. But at the end of the day, it's the men that takes them out.
Look, hey, we talked about this last time. If it wasn't for women, most men would live in the tent outside.
Ooh.
Is it because men are simple?
No, yeah. Men are simple. Like we do things, we elevate in life and in society for the ultimate incentive, which is a woman.
Yeah.
So the higher, like if women kept their standards high, then many guys will have to meet those standards before they get the
The man is supposed to submit to God and God alone if you are a believer. The man submit to God. The man is not submitting to the woman. You're not supposed to, like, come on. Can I get a lifeline for 500, please? Like, what is going on?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Like, what's going on? Like, why won't you let me finish my thoughts?
Bro, what are you talking about? I didn't even say anything. Stop being so sensitive. I didn't even say anything. What are you talking about? Mr. Men are not emotional, women are emotional. You're getting all emotional over there, bro. Pipe it down. I had a whole malfunction over here. I didn't say nothing for like 2 minutes straight. Like 2 seconds. You talking about I'm interrupting you. What are you talking about?
Did you not interrupt me?
It's okay, but it's a debate platform.
It was literally a glitch. I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? Oh my God, she's irrational. She doesn't listen. Yeah, blame it on me. I could take the heat. I could take the heat, bro. I could take the heat.
So let me ask you, Miss Jane, in taking the heat, does that mean that what he's trying to say to you and convey may have some substance and that may warrant for you to correct your behavior?
No, I'm more than willing to listen to him, but he's wrong. It was a malfunction over here. I didn't even say anything. And then when the computer system came back up, he's like, I'm not even letting him speak. I didn't even say anything. No, I mean, I can take the heat because if he wanted, I can give it to him. I can give you back the same energy that you're pushing my way. And it's funny. I'm gonna say this. It's funny. I literally investigated this today. It's funny how men can sit in the barbershop all day long and converse with their homies all day. Y'all be interrupting each other. Y'all be on the top of y'all lungs. But as soon as a woman interrupts, oh, hell is breaking loose. You need to have, I don't get it.
All right, so what's your rebuttal, man?
It's not that serious.
Okay. I mean, you're it is. I'm not just.
I can't hear him at all.
I can't either. I think it's going in and out for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going. Your audio is going in and out, ISO. But try to say what you said again, man. I'm gonna see if it comes through.
What am I addressing? What I was.
I heard the first part. What you said, not the last part.
What am I addressing?
Just in general, do you have a rebuttal to what she was saying to you?
I mean, I'm not. I don't know why she's talking about men, most men, or all men, or whatever. Like I'm the man talking right now. She doesn't know me, so I don't know why she's broad brush.
Oh.
That's just productive.
Okay. Miss Asa, I haven't heard you in a while. What's your thoughts on everything that we've discussed so far?
Good. I was being a spectator. I was just, but okay. So refresh me on what you want my perspective on again, real quick.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a whole lot.
ISO, you want to give a little synopsis?
The last thing I heard him say was something along the lines of, if women did this, men wouldn't do this, or something like that. I didn't.
So, I'm sorry. Do you want me to finish what I was saying so we can get back on track?
Yeah, I didn't hear. Well, your mic was cutting out a lot, so I really couldn't hear your answer and keep on track with what the question was. So yeah, you can just refresh me on what so I can give my opinion.
Okay, what I was saying was that women are the ultimate incentive for men. So if the women kept their standards where if they kept their standards where they're supposed to be, then men would have to meet those standards. That said,
adapt.
That said, men set the tone. Okay, so once the woman agrees to be with the man that she chooses, or her, the men set the tone.
Okay.
You have to lead. As a man, there's no gray area. You're either leading or you're following.
Okay,
if you don't wear the pants, that woman is going to put them pants on, and she's gonna drag your ass.
Okay.
That's just what it is.
So you said if women kept their standards, where y'all standards at?
We don't have any.
Where are my standards?
No, you have to. No, see, ISO, look, you're having the same issue that I'm having.
Josh,
I'm speaking
I
as
love
a
you.
rational person, but you have to take your own account out of the take your own personal account out of it. We're talking about the 50% of common sense level that the rest of these folks out here in the world have. Okay, we talking about the 2/3. Let's talk about the 2/3. Okay, we're not talking about us per se, because I have to take myself out of it a lot. Because I'll answer like I'm coming from me, and I got to realize that I might have to answer like I have to come from the perspective of these females. I have to
generally, yeah, right.
So take yourself out of it, not you. What I'm saying is like what I said before. Women need to have standards. Don't get me wrong. Women definitely need to have standards, and the bar is on the floor. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because nowadays, if he got a little money, he can pretty much act how he want, because she's already got her own thing going, and that's what put the bar on the floor. Okay, because if he's got a little change, you're allowing him to be with this other woman and really play in your fucking face. To be honest, you were letting him play in your face for a little change. And one thing I saw the other day, which is crazy. A female will and I got my kids might could hear me, so I'm not gonna say the vulgar version, but a female will lay with a rapper for free and charge the average Joe. Okay. So she will lay with somebody famous, rich and famous for free, thinking she might get a little clout off of it or something, a little selfie, a little something like that for free. But you want the average Joe to pay $300+ to not take you to Sugar Factory, whatever the hell it is. You want to go to Roots Chris.
She belonged to the block.
If you want him to take you to Roots Chris before he even knows if you worth Roots Chris. You know what I mean? So that blows my damn mind. Now, they're at least worth opening the damn car door for, okay, on the first date. All right, I ain't gonna go that far, but men need to have standards too, because like I said earlier, if there's this circle of hens, these sexy reds and these, you know what I mean, these city girls, okay, but they're still getting some form of affirmation from y'all because they keep doing the shit. If you stop, not you, but if y'all stop entertaining these sets of females, they'll stop having your daughters and turning your daughters into them. They'll stop having your sons and raising your sons to tolerate them, women like them, okay? Because you know what they're going to do once they get your seed? They're going to push you out the household. Okay, and then they're going to go run to the attorney general and they're going to use that as their battling club to beat the shit out of you. All right, then they're going to keep you out of your kid's life so you can't have no influence on them and they can continue with their motive. So if it starts with opening the car door for a bitch like that. It starts.
So let me try to
vetting them in general. Leave them alone.
So let me try to articulate what you're saying so that I understand. So if men stop feeding into these women who are putting themselves out there as obviously not potential long-term prospects.
Half the likes and the comments are men. More than half of the comments are men in the DMs or giving the likes, and then the other half of it is women yassifying the bullshit. Yes, girl, do you all this? I mean, but there's men there. There are men present. Men are in the building.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, if you don't follow God, you're gonna give these hoes attention.
I
got mine.
That's where it starts and that's where it finishes. You know, you gotta, you know what they got that saying like water finds its level. You know, if you're walking after God, you're not gonna be so captivated by ass and titties.
It's gonna actually be a turn off. You see a woman half naked, it's gonna turn you off.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me, that's where I am in my life, because I'm just at the point where, you know, I see it and I'm just like, man, I wish she would cover up, because like I halfway feel like she's sexually assaulting me when she's showing me all that, you know. Yeah. But that's you got to get to that. You got to get to that point. You got to get there, and the more ungodly you are, the more bestial you'll be. You know, what do dogs do when they see other dogs? They sniff ass. You know, so when if a dude is an animal, he's gonna sniff ass. That's what they do.
So let me ask you, Josh. You said you're an atheist, correct?
Correct.
Okay, from your perspective, from like more of a secular perspective, what do you see the most viable solution is in this viable path going forward in this particular conundrum we find ourselves in?
Unfortunately, it's the same path. It would be the same path that Christian nationalism would support. We would pretty much utilize violence against other men to kind of enforce a standard of whatever principles are being pushed at that moment.
Like weaponizing the word simp?
Yeah, kind of like weaponizing the word simp, but it would be more a little bit like along the lines of think old school think Old Testament Bible stuff. You're not. The rule would apply for both men and women. At marriage, if you're not a virgin, man or woman, you get a bullet to the back of the head. You're done in society. We don't want it anymore. That's actually the Christian nationalist kind of sort of stance to it. We don't live in that society, so we can't utilize it. All the tools we have are like the typical stuff that society has in place. So it would be like shaming men, shaming men. You got a high body count, you should be drugged through the mud socially. Same for a woman, drugged through the mud socially. You just utilize what tools that you're kind of allowed. I just generally have more of a point of I like the violence in the street justice comes down to it. If you're sleeping around, you're sleeping with somebody's sister. Siblings should drag you out in the street, beat the crap out of you for pretty much making their little sister a whore.
That happened.
So Josh, let me ask you. So Josh, do you think that men and women are equal?
No, I don't believe two people, like any two people on this panel, are equal. We're all do different things. We all have different capabilities. We serve different functions. It's kind of like this. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Imagine as men were to break up and say, here, I'll use the N-word as an example, right? Say you were to ask like 10 black men, would they actually punch a dude in the face for a white guy coming up and saying, using the N-word, I'm just going to beat the crap out of you? You'll get about 2 of them that actually will do it. 8 of them will say, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth my freedom to give up my freedom. This is kind of like an abandonment of principles, right? But you don't need the vast majority of anybody, like any group, to enforce a principle. What you need is them to split up into groups and say, these first 2 will say, okay, look, if you say the N-word, I'm going to beat the crap out of you, and we're just going to be done with it. You take the other next 2 and say, hey, look, if you sleep with somebody's sister, I'm just going to beat the living crap out of you. Collectively, when they get together with those multiple principles, you have an enforcement agency that's available for it. It's real simple. They all don't have to or they don't have to fight for the same thing. They just have to collectively be willing to fight for something and then keep that secret. Don't tell society.
Adhere to a code of ethics.
Yes. We normally do this. We just basically get on YouTube and say what we won't do versus saying what we will do. That fear is a very useful tool.
Okay, let me ask you guys this, because this is something that I've gotten a lot of pushback for. And I don't know. I've just been thinking about it lately. I don't know if I think I'm right, but I don't know. But do you guys believe that we are living now in a matriarchy than a patriarchy?
No, not even close. Not even close.
This will always be the patriarchy. Like, men always will lead, no matter how messed up things are. When things are messed up, that's because men are not leading the right direction. Women will always follow some man. That's just what it is.
Well, there are some tribes. There have been matriarchies.
But y'all don't think that, being that women represent 55% of the voting bloc right now and are basically responsible for the majority of the DEI, affirmative action, a lot of these policies that we're seeing promulgated today in our society, you don't think that women have more leverage?
It's funny that you think voting still matters.
Well, that's another conversation. But let's just go with the idea that that the voting matters and that your vote counts, and that women are subscribing to more of a communitarian, more socialist view, whereas they would vote more so in line with their safety and security over their freedoms. I.e. welfare state, the expansion of the welfare state.
The welfare state pretty much just marries the woman to the government. So the government is her man. If she had a man, she would follow. If she had a man that she respected, she would follow after his political leanings.
So I see, but I see, though, bro. Do you think that the welfare, the bureaucracy has expanded more than what we anticipated, or has it been more limited and diminished? Like, what do you think as far as our society today?
It's definitely expanded, but who expanded it? Who allowed it to expand?
Well, what according to the stats, women are representative of 55% of the voting bloc. Single women. And actually, they are the number one contributors to what pushed Joe Biden over the line.
Why are they voting for that? They're voting their interests, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, why? Because some man failed them.
Nope.
I don't think it was mostly women that voted out abortions, though. I don't.
But do you think the sisterhood more aligns with the LGBT community than men?
Oh Lord,
Yep.
Absolutely. But what
I'm just asking. I want clarity.
Being allowed to get to this point. That's all that like when I was growing up, I used to hear stuff like happy life, happy wife, happy life. All that men were saying that. Men allowed our forefathers allowed us to get to where we are today.
Yeah.
Y'all put yourselves where you are today.
That what?
Y'all put yourselves where you are today.
Nah, partly, but
with rap culture, with like with hip hop culture, I'm speaking specifically for the Black community. I'm not speaking for all of America. The Black community, y'all meaning men, y'all put yourselves where y'all are today because y'all lost your voice. You pretty much let your morals and your ethics go out the fucking door, and you let women dress, act, whatever, however they wanted to, and you still chose to embellish in that, and y'all still chose to give that attention, and you still chose to keep that alive instead of putting your foot down and like, look, whatever way you women are going right now, we're not accepting it. Either you get back with the program, or you're not going to have any kids because we're not going to give them to you, and you're not going to get married because we're not going to marry you. But somewhere along the line, y'all lost it. You lost the control. You had the control. You've always had control. We've never had control. You've always had it. And the state that women are in now, and the state the communities, is because y'all lost control. And you hate to take accountability. You hate for somebody to put this in your face and be like, here, eat this shit. You did this shit. You don't like for somebody to do that. You don't like for somebody to tell you that you're the reason why you're in an unfavorable situation.
What is the check against that?
The check is being bougie with your loins and not entertaining women like that. Don't entertain them.
We all go as far as we're led. Fathers have to be there for a young when a boy is like 12 to 24. His father is very important in that time, because that's when you're 12, that's when you're becoming a man, and you need a man to actively help you navigate.
Fathers are the first line of defense. Fathers are the first line of defense.
Yeah. That's why I said daughters need them too. It's not just little boys. Little girls need their daddies too.
But we're talking about men. We're talking about men right now. If a man is simping at 21 years old, then his father is going to look at him, and be ashamed. If his father is any kind of principled man, he's going to be like, damn, I failed my son. I didn't teach him how to vet women. I didn't teach him how to move as a man with a woman. Only a father can tell you that, man, look, son, that girl is no good for you. Like, she's going to do this, that, and this. If you hear from mom, you're going to be like, mom's just cock blocking. She just wants me. She just wants to keep me her baby. That's what we hear when we hear from mom. It gets to a point in time where a young boy is only going to respond to another man.
So what stops those men from being around when they're not around? When you say that's because the fathers weren't doing what they're supposed to do, what stops them from being around?
That's what I said. I said that our forefathers failed us because, you know, they left their stations. For whatever reason, you know, if they thought their work was more important than raising their families, or if they just were not godly men, whatever it was.
So when a godly man does step in, when a godly man does step in and want to be a good father figure for that little boy, he gets shamed for dating a woman with kids.
You're taking it like to another direction.
But you don't think that's what makes men not want to?
Hold up. This talking point is you're actually talking about a minority. If you actually look at the stats, black men actually by majority are actually involved with their children.
Yeah, just not on paper. But
much higher degree than white men are within their divorce rate. So this is talking about even when they're out of wedlock. So really what you're talking about is a minority of black men in this case, and then saying that, oh, well, women didn't allow them to do something. You're talking about a small percentage. Well, not a super small percentage. It's like quarter rate. But it's still the minority at the end of the day. Black men are actually doing what they're supposed to, or as best as they can. They're doing a lot better than
55%. 55% of black men are single and childless. 64% of black men are in the middle class.
Yeah, I was at 65% with the middle class concept.
Look, do you watch basketball?
The middle class is starting to slowly disappear.
Football, yes.
You watch basketball, Josh?
Football.
Okay. Well,
right.
You know,
that's not what the hood say here. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the chat. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know about that. Because it says that Larry Bird, it says that Draymond Green has made more threes than Larry Bird. So all of a sudden now, Draymond Green is a better shooter than Larry Bird. Numbers and statistics are just numbers and statistics. They don't really story. They don't, you know, when it says men are
I agree.
Involved how? Like can't read. And
I agree.
Fathers are involved. That means the fathers ain't doing what they're supposed to do.
No, I agree. I agree with your.
Or even if they're present, they don't have the common sense to do what they're supposed to do.
The problem is this is going to boil down into it's the blame game. Women did this, so men did this, and we just keep going backwards. You're never going to get to a solution to this way. But you're using, or somebody's using like a statistic to prop up a blame concept. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, if men are going after, what do you guys call them, ratchet beast as women, this is what you get. And so now you're stuck with that, and then you have to live with the consequences that come with that. Mm-hmm. You either have to basically start now doing something, or you're just going to have to pick a percentage of the population off and just write them off as just garbage and just toss them literally in the garbage. I don't know how that's going to work for your culture. I can tell you white men did that a long time ago. We lost our extended family over it. So you take your pick. What poison do you want to eat?
Well,
Good point, Josh.
There is no good solution that a bunch of people come up with sitting around blaming somebody else.
Exactly.
The question comes down to is, what are we going to do?
Men have to return to God. That's the premise of everything.
That's a good start. I'm a big fan.
But hold up. But by every metric, men are improving though. That's the only conundrum that I'm having with what you guys are saying. And I hear you. Ultimately, I'm a Christian, so yes, ultimately you have to return to God. So that's just my personal bias, is that you have to return to God to ultimately understand your purpose as a man and why to be here. But from a secular standpoint, men have been improving on every metric financially, shit, physically, financially. They've been doing everything. They have been adversely going against what their the common narrative has been. The stigma for black men, particularly, has been for a long time.
Yeah.
And they're increasing in numbers. So you can't just, writ large, just say that black men have not been improving. They've been doing, honestly, that what I assess is that they've been listening to what their uncles, their fathers, everyone's been telling them about what this dating landscape entails and what to look for and what not to look for. And I think black men have been improving in that aspect. So my thing is, what do we say to them when they're like, hey, I want to find a wife. I want to get married. I want to have children. I want to, live the American dream. Is it as simple as saying, hey, go out there and find a wife, or are we telling them something different?
And you got to be able to vet a woman. There's so many women out here that are lonely, and a lot of men don't know how to talk to women. A lot of men have not. You may be doing well, you may have a job, and you may be climbing the economic ladder, but you still have to be able to engage with women. You got to know when to just pull back and when to press forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just like, no shade to the young lady earlier, but when she was getting hostile, I just like, you got it. I'm not about to go back and forth. It's a waste of time. And a lot of men find themselves doing that.
So here's because she's not here to defend herself, let me take her position. Her position is the starting point. Just take the first part of it. If women would do something, whatever something is, men would do something in return. Think about that for a moment. The starting point is completely wrong. You cannot be a leader and lay claim to, hey, if they'll do something like allow me, it almost comes across as like asking permission.
That's not the point I was making.
Okay.
I didn't say get permission. I said that as a man, this is where we have that whole conversation about what's the prize, who's the prize. As a man, you have to be worthy of having a woman. You have to be worthy of having a woman follow you. You have to be worthy of her calling you Lord, because when a woman marries a man, she's agreeing that she's allowing somebody to rule over her. You have to be worthy of that. So she has,
okay. Because I can't follow. Give me an example. What do men have to do to be worthy of women, or a wife?
Well, you gotta have some kind of work. You gotta be able to take care of her.
Livelihood. Okay, I'll give you that one. What else?
Dude, you should have some semblance of morals.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you got to have something for yourself. You gotta be able to provide for at least yourself.
Right. In a society where money's not an issue, what else do you have to have? In a society where money doesn't exist, what do you have to have?
Society. Money will always exist in some form or fashion. Money is just stored value. And
there used to be bartering systems, stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, if you're on an island with all the resources you need, and resources are plentiful, you don't have to barter, you don't have to borrow, and you don't have to exchange any currency. What makes you a leader? Money aside.
What makes you a leader is being able to provide provision, guidance. What do leaders?
So because your boss provides you with a job, he's a good leader?
That's not what I said. I didn't say.
You said provision.
What makes you a leader?
He gives you a lunch break.
Say what makes you a leader, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Provision, vision. You gotta have vision, right? You gotta be a servant. leaders serve in every capacity that they can.
Okay, servitude.
But you call that a simp?
I don't call that a simp. That's not what a simp is. Who calls that a simp? Me?
When he was saying, well, I don't know where he is on y'all screen. When he was saying, I jumped through all kinds of crazy fucking hoops for my wife, okay? And I'll do whatever stupid shit she wants me to do. All right. That's what today's society is calling a simp, even though it's if that's what you're gonna do for your wife, that's what you got because she's worth it.
Okay, let me interject. And I got a dip. Okay. So when I say I'm gonna do everything my woman wants me to do, that's simping right there. I'm not gonna do things that you just because you want me to do it. Okay, like
Hey, you gonna do it just because you want me to do it.
Exactly. I concur with that.
there are things that I am required to do as your man. Okay,
Like what?
Like to take care of you, to
How?
protect your being and even your heart, to engage with you, to be intimate with you.
Even if you disagree.
As a man, that is my duty. You know, it's my duty to know you. It's my duty to, you know, to make you better. You know, but just doing, if you tell me to get on your knees and suck my toes, I'm gonna be like, you done lost your damn mind.
Sir, does your wife tell you to get on your knees and suck her toes? No. Okay,
I haven't had that one yet.
To my husband.
That's what y'all are making be.
No. Because when a woman wants a man to cater to her, that doesn't necessarily mean now that's being a dominatrix. Okay, no regular woman is saying now get on your knees and suck my toes. No regular married woman or woman is telling, unless he's got a fetish, is telling him to. Nobody's really doing that.
You're missing the point I'm trying to make.
Women, my point is women are not going as far as to just see what they can get you to do to assert dominance on you. And if you do it, that makes you a simp. That's not the dynamic. You know, 9 times out of 10, your wife's going to be like, can you take out the trash? Can you wash the dishes tonight? Well, can you take the dog for the walk this time? Well, I just want to go take a bath. Can you clean the rest of the house? That's all regular women are only asking, can you pick up your dirty clothes this time? You know what I mean? Like that's all regular women. But a man that's say, sure, baby, sure, honey, I'll finish the dishes. Yeah, I'll do this. Oh, you simping. How?
You and I are not on the same frequency because we're not operating with the same frame of reference.
Yeah, I think you have more of an egalitarian sort of mindset when you think about the interpersonal relationships between men and women, Asa.
Okay.
You know, a man, you know, like a good man is going to want to do things for his wife. He's going to want to make her. You know, but that doesn't mean like she turns him out trying to
right. It's the expectation. It's the expectation. Like when a woman when she starts to envelop this hubris, and
I spoke on that. I said that like these women, they want a man on a first date. They expect him to spend Ruth Chris money before he even knows if she's worth Ruth Chris. You know what I mean? And that's the unrealistic expectations that they want a simp. They want him to pick her up and take her to Ruth Chris for a free meal. And you haven't even shown this man you're worth that.
Let me ask you this, Asa. If a woman perceives a man as a wallet, he will then in turn see her and perceive her as an object.
Yeah, there is then that sets in an expectation of an exchange. That's a business deal. That's a business deal. That's classy prostitution.
Don't forget that whole perception of an exchange there. This is coming from Stoicism. That bullshit word that keeps getting thrown out there, like, oh, we all have to do the thing that works in our best interest. Men aren't stoic by nature. We're never supposed to be you're not going to have principles and stoicism.
Yes, you are. You are. Men are stoic.
No, you're not. Stoicism's biggest criticism by its own author is you will lose loyalty.
What is being
Stoicism? Colloquially, when people are talking about it, like on say, they're going to use the dictionary definition. It's the abandonment of emotion to make decisions. Philosophically, where it originates, it marries physics, logic, and something else. Three philosophies back in the day, the Hellenistic time period, marries them together to make the best decision you possibly can. It's beneficial. In hindsight, if you go to the point where you're making this decision throughout every aspect of your life, you absolutely cannot have loyalty. It destroys it.
You can't make decisions. It is the worst thing for a man to make emotional decisions.
No. Here, there's always pros and cons to everything. Here's an example. Let's say hypothetically, I walk up to your mother and I just start smacking her around. Are you going to stop for a moment and react based on, well, what's the benefits of me defending my own mother? Or are you going to react?
I mean, I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of you.
Correct. Why?
But you're not going to stop and think, hey, I should be going jail. Hey, I got something to do.
You broke principle.
What principles? Well, no. What principles?
What principle?
Yes, which principle?
Keep your hands off of my mother. That's
who dictates that's a principle.
Who's to say that's a principle?
Yeah, because if your mama was out in the streets and she got into a scuffle, that's her scuffle.
Right. The point of stoicism is, hold up. The point of stoicism is the fact that you will respond angrily. That's an emotion. You're now utilizing an emotion to defend your mother. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't.
The principle came about based off of the emotion. You can't sit here and just abandon emotion off the bat.
You can't operate like that all the time. You know, as men,
you can't operate under any philosophy all the time.
Thank you. It takes discernment, and that's why the word teaches you discernment.
There are times in a man's life where he doesn't want to do what he needs to do. He has to make hard decisions, and it goes against how he feels. You got to put on side. That's what I mean by stoicism. There are times where you don't feel like engaging with your woman in some kind of confrontation, but you got to put your emotions aside and be like, look, I got to deal with this.
Mothers do that too. We have to put on a happy face when we're tired, when we're sick, when we're hurting, when we don't feel like it. We got to deal with y'all, kid friendly. Even sometimes when we don't feel like it, only because if we're sore, if we're sick, that's a human thing. When you have responsibilities,
we're gonna know that y'all don't want to deal with it. That's the difference with us. But no, either way.
Not necessarily. We may not go all out, but I mean, my kids rarely know when my back hurts or when my brain's racing and I'm thinking about plan A, plan B, plan C. What do we do here? Move this around there. But all they know is that they see mama laughing and happy and playing around with them. You know what I mean? Like that's when you have responsibility. That's not just part of being a man. That's part of being an adult with responsibilities.
Yeah.
And then and people that count on you.
Yeah, that's true. But it's been fun. So I'm about to go sing.
Yeah.
Wait, you want to what?
Ice, before you go.
Don't let the devil win, brother.
Disgrace. Hold on, guys. I need y'all to hear this. If y'all was lying, anybody here in the audience, Lion King fans.
Yes, shine.
Disgrace. All right, carry on.
So, before you go, Ice, I want you to take a look in the back chat. Just save that link. Unfortunately, this is your philosophy. This is the academic philosophy. It gets kind of nasty. I understand that what people mean, like when they're using like a dictionary definition, they're just generally oversimplifying an entire philosophy. It comes, matter of fact, everything you can think of comes with the pros and cons. This is going to kind of like give an over summarization of Stoicism. There are pros to it, there are cons to it. The idea of adopting anything, matter of fact, you're not going to point at too many great men in society, whether it's through wars or whatever, and point to Stoicism. Everything is completely irrational when it boils down to great men. It's usually because it has something to do with servitude towards something else. Same concept with being serving God. Serving God would technically not be very stoic.
It's very stoic.
How?
You have look.
What benefits are you? So you got to think about that for a moment. Are you worshiping and following God because of the benefits that come from it, aka heaven versus hell? What kind of virtue is that?
There's a parable, and it's a father tells two sons to do something. Mm-hmm. One says he's gonna do it, and another and doesn't do it, and the other one says he's not gonna do it, and he does it. Which one was obedient?
The one that obeyed without question.
He didn't. None of them obeyed without question.
Then none of them were obedient.
No, the one that did it was obedient.
Doesn't matter. If you do something out of force, you are not doing that thing willingly. You get no claim to any moral virtue out of it.
It's not about doing stuff out of force. It's doing stuff out of duty. As a father, you don't always feel like providing. Sometimes you just don't. You don't feel
correct.
Dude, Jesus didn't feel like dying. He didn't want to die. He prayed 3 times for God to change the revelation.
Yeah, there's no logic in there's absolutely no logic that operates outside of self-interest.
That's not true. That's not true.
An example would be
wait. Okay. Listen, guys, we I think we're what are we? 2 hours and 30, 40 minutes over.
minutes.
3 hours and 16 minutes. I think we have planted our stake.
Yeah.
I just want to say, guys, you guys have helped me at least elucidate this whole entire concept. I had a few clips to play, but you know how these streams go. You just it's organic. So guys, you got to kind of expect the unexpected. Nonetheless, I thank you guys for coming on. I'm going to shut it down a little early tonight. But
thanks for having us.
I want to have you guys all on because I want to delve into this a little deeper. I think there's a few questions that I still don't really have. I haven't really ascertained a solid, really good, concrete understanding. And we don't have to get into it tonight, but definitely in our next stream. Josh, you got my stream, man. I reached out to you, so I'm gonna need you to come back.
I'm definitely Ice. Make sure, please come back.
Wait, Josh, real quick. What the hell pissed you off on This Might Be Risky, man? I love Hamp.
Me and Risky get along really well. I have problems. So here's the issue, and God, this comes down with the ladies, really. So basically, you get a bunch of guys together, and they're talking about moral stances, things like that. Well, I call them Christian skin suits, right? It's people that basically say, "Oh, today I'm going to do this thing," but then 5 minutes later, they're all like boiled down to, "Oh yeah, we just this is going to boil down to banging women." It's kind of like, what the hell? How do you put those? How do you even marry those two together? You got to pick a side, right?
So they're charlatans.
It's not risky. It's definitely not risky, but it just seems to be it seems to be an argument where you get too far down the red pill space, it gets real nasty. There are no morals within it. There are no frameworks. Kind of like Mr. Ice. What did you say you were getting ready to go do? What sin were you going to partake in, Mr. Christian? The problem, right? I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you, and I'm not taking. Yeah, I'm not taking a cheap shot. I'm really not. I'm stating that this is a problem. Like, it really is a problem.
He said he's going to sin, man.
I'm about to go out.
Go get. Are you married?
You said what?
Are you married?
Nah.
Go find a wife.
That's not why I'm going out. I'll tell you.
Better to marry than to burn with passion.
I'm not burning right now.
You wait.
Till I have conversations. That's what I want to do.
You don't be careful.
Like I ain't gonna do that. I'm about to go to a spot.
I got you.
Just get my swerve on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, I feel like the more you go to them spots, the more you absorb what them spots are about. You know what I mean?
I could be going to Bible study.
You're not.
At 12. Well, hold on. 1 o'clock. What? I don't know. What's your time zone?
I'm in Central Time, so it's
it's 12:05 here.
See, I can go out. It's broad daylight.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He said Bible. Hey, he said Bible study.
Not at 12:05 a.m.
He said Bible study.
Going out to evangelize.
Stop the cap.
You know what I'm doing.
Hey, you know what, ISO? We don't. We absolutely do not know what you are doing at this time of night. Because, hey, we might be in different time zones, but it is late. It's late.
Stop the cap.
It's only midnight. It's Friday.
Hey, man.
Hey, don't be mad because I can.
You can.
There it is.
Hey, look, I remember those days, man. I'm a married man now, so I can't.
I was back when I was 23, 24.
Man, listen.
If I was married, I wouldn't be talking to my wife.
No, you wouldn't.
Hey,
well, no, that's not fair because I'm married and
whoa. What did you say? What?
You know.
ISO, what'd you say, bro?
I said if I was married, I wouldn't be talking to y'all. I'd be talking to my wife.
Well, I disagree with that because my wife, I let her know in advance. Look, I'm about to be live tonight. Make sure you are soft. Make sure you smelling good when I'm done because I'm about to come upstairs after that. She said, "How long?" I said, 2 hours. She said, 2 hours. I said, "Yeah, maybe 2.5."
I was gonna say she's pissed now.
that ain't got nothing to do with me. All I know is I need you to be smelling good. I need you to be soft when I get upstairs. That's it.
Well, look, I'm about to go out.
Hey,
be
bro.
Careful out there, black man. Okay, just do that.
Hold on. I gotta give him one. Hold on.
Where are you going? Like, where exactly are you going?
Just stay away from the riffraff and just be safe, please.
On to the prayer meeting. That's what I'm going.
I was gonna say something, but I got kids with a earshot.
Hey, anyway, let's stop, man. Let this man go attend to his business. Okay, at this time of night.
Nice meeting you.
Josh, let me give me a second, y'all. Josh, I personally hit you up, bro. Because I was like, because I heard you on This Might Be Risky. You on another podcast. I can't remember which one it was. But I was like, man, I gotta have this guy on my show.
Miss Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny. But no, you on another one, man. You're like versatile. You're like, I saw you on like a few, not just a couple, but a few podcasts.
CT.
Yes. There it is. Okay, you show them love. I need you back on here to show me love, man. Because
I will. Yeah, we're definitely coming back. You ladies, please come back. I need some backup, right? Because I got this problem where I'm trying to go in on men, and it's kind of a little bit difficult. So I need help with the shaming thing, right? You ladies are perfect.
Oh, stop it, Josh! Stop
I'm
it
not
right
doing
now.
it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Okay, well, you know what? You do that, and I'll just shoot you in the fucking leg. Asa, you know, you was fucking taxing. Hold on, let me give her one.
Stop the cap.
So the next time I tell your black ass, I'm talking about black, melanated, black ass, 9 o'clock. No, Josh, listen to hear me out, bro, because you
I
my
know black people time.
you are the only person I can vent to right now. I said, hey,
I
yo,
was on CPT, but I was on color.
no, see, let her talk her shit. But this is what happened. I said, yo, we're gonna get on live. She's like, okay, all right, bet. 5 o'clock at PM, 9 o'clock. Okay, you still down? Nothing. Okay, 9:30. Yo, what's up? I need to hear back. What's up? Nothing. Okay, 10 o'clock. Nothing. Okay, I gotta get ready for work. I gotta be up at 6 o'clock. Okay, cool. She hit me up 10:30. What's up, nigga? You down?
Okay, wait.
I'm like, what you mean? It's 10:30. I'm asleep.
I'm an hour behind.
So hold on. Wait. This is real easy.
Josh, can you please help her understand reality?
So I'm kind of a big fan of that shaming thing right now. So let's talk about your children's school attendance, right? Do they show up on time to school?
They're
Who,
homeschooled.
my kids or her kids?
Hers.
My kids are homeschooled.
Oh, homeschooled.
Oh, hell no. Hold up, Josh. Go ahead.
No, I'm a big fan.
Did she just okay? Hold up. Okay, so I was feeling like 30% offended. Now I'm like 70% offended right now because now she's telling me, look, Negro, I had to teach these kids history, science, mathematics.
They self-sufficient, but I was with the baby though. I was with the baby, so that's what I was doing.
Listen, all I'm saying is, Asa, this is all I'm saying. You and me, I think you offer a value. First of all, I think you offer a valuable perspective to this space and to this conversation. Even and my proof is Josh put into the chat. He was pissed off because he just got off another live stream. He didn't really go into what pissed him off, but nonetheless, he joined the stream. So if Josh is willing to join the stream, in spite of him being pissed the fuck off from whatever site or whatever channel he come from,
right,
it's indicative that you add value to the space. He's not pissed off, which I assume, right?
Yeah, no, this was a good conversation. I want more of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
So Asa, so that means when I hit your black, I'm talking about Queen. What's her name? What's the Ethiopian queen's name? Sheba?
Queen Sheba Black.
Cleopatra, Queen Sheba, whatever their names are. When I hit your black queen ass up, that means 9 o'clock, I'm there. Or 9 o'clock, I ain't there. Because I know, shit happens in life. I get it.
Yeah, because you canceled a couple times too. That damn don't.
All right, now she getting disrespectful.
I will be there. I enjoyed being here. Look, I loved it. This was one of the best 3 hours and something, that I've had in a long time. Like, I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed the intellectual part of the conversation. We had fun too. I mean, I feel at home. I feel at home here now. So I done got
So Josh, now we were back to you, man. Listen. I listen. I don't know what it is about that channel. Just this might be risky. He's an excellent moderator, but
yeah,
I don't know what it is about that channel. But I'm compelled to watch it like literally 3 to 4 hours because I'm like, at work just listening to it because it's a good show. They talk about a variety of different fundamental topics, but nonetheless, when you get time, Josh, get your ass over here.
Yeah, no, your channel sends me to pop up on my phone. I don't miss it. I come running.
Are you all right? Bet.
I was just angry the last two. You weren't there. Somebody else was, and I kept forgetting about your schedule. So now I just got to get used to your schedule. The Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah. I'm working on that, and I will take.
No, you don't work on it. It's up to me to adapt to that. That's a me thing, not a you thing.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, but as a man, I take accountability that I am culpable for my inconsistency, but I am getting better. Just like I said earlier on in the stream, I work 2 jobs and family and all this other crap. Yeah, life has a very, very uncanny way of just letting you know you can't do shit for yourself today. You gotta focus on other stuff. Yeah. So I get a lot of that, but I'm going to get Miss Jenny up here next time because she's, oh my God.
Yeah, Jenny's pretty much the first woman that I'm actually like really afraid of.
Josh, did you watch the last stream she had with the gentleman? I don't know his name, Christopher or something like that. But that was a very insightful stream. I watched the whole thing through, and I'm like, wow. I gotta have her on because I do have some questions. I'm not gonna lie, but I have a few questions. But nonetheless, I think it was very insightful. She's very, very informative in a lot of her content.
Miss Jenny is she's only controversial because it comes across as extreme. Modern Christianity is all about the whole Jesus loves everybody and we all should get along, sing kumbaya, where biblically that's really not the case. She just kind of like puts it out there without any type of like real filter. She's actually known for the volcano joke. That was that one got kind of nasty, but
right. No, right. Asa, she also, I had her on my stream, and Jenny, if you're listening, I love you. I absolutely love you, and you are welcome on my platform.
That's the lady that
anytime.
was just on, right?
No, that's Jane. That's Jane.
Oh,
Jane.
okay, sorry.
Yeah, Jane actually has her own content.
Okay.
Her whole mantra is men are not the enemy. That's her whole entire brand. She's on TikTok.
Holding women accountable. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I really like her. I really like her.
So I had Miss Jenny on. This is someone who was on risk. This might be risky. I reached out to her on Instagram, and we developed a friendship. But nonetheless, I invited her onto my stream, and she had said something very controversial. She said that oh my God. She said that corporal punishment should not be off the table for women, like wives.
Oh, like back in the day when men used to
No. She talking about today.
Like men beating their wives for doing something wrong?
No. Like how a man would discipline his child. A woman would be, chastised in the same manner.
It's gonna sound messed up. I know this is gonna sound messed up. It's actually a lot more common than you think it is.
Asa, this is what a woman said to me.
Some women can have strong, like I'll say this. Some women can be very strong in their convictions. Me personally, like I don't do anything where that would be a factor for my husband to even consider, even if it was legal, even if it was a thing, like between us. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't do anything for that to happen. Some women do need their ass whooped, I ain't gonna lie, but for how they do conduct themselves and how they do disrespect their husbands. But I mean, some people can have, very strong convictions on how they feel about that. I mean, me personally, I don't think so, but I'm not as harshly against it for this. Well, what you mean? He gonna put his hands up, I'm not that strongly against it. I just, like I said, my husband's 6'2", 200 some pounds, he would never, you know what I mean? He could really hurt me. You know, I'm only 5'3", and you know, I don't think anything good would come of that if that was our dynamic. I don't think anything good would come of it. But
so Miss
like I
Jenny,
said,
Miss Jenny didn't say that in the context of like, you know, you should just be able to go up upside your old lady's head with a brick kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
It literally means like, could be like a spanking, could be deprivation of something. All kinds of weird. Corporal punishment is actually a range. Now, to be fair, right, you might think this is a little abnormal, but I have explicit permission from my father-in-law to spank my wife if she gets out of hand. This was agreed upon.
That's a cultural thing, I guess.
No, I don't know. It was just a request that I made before marriage.
Is it really a punishment? Is it really a punishment though?
I know people talk about that whole like that's some white boy degeneracy shit here. I swear to God, it's like nothing like that.
I'm just saying, what if it's enjoyable? Like you have to really make it hurt and really make it like unfavorable. Other than that, it's playtime. Like I don't you know what I mean?
But what do you?
They're all kind of smaller. That includes the ass too, so there's not like a lot of cushion back there. No, I don't imagine it would be very.
But Asa, what do you? I mean, what is a man to do when his wife refuses to follow her man?
One thing men do, and let me tell you something. If this really, really bothers your woman, that's how you know your woman's for you. If this doesn't bother your woman, she's got other things going on. If you give her the cold shoulder and it don't bother her, move on. She's already talking to the next nigga. If you give her the cold shoulder, trust me, like it will make her insecure.
So are you saying that? So you saying that the only power? So are you saying that the only power that a man has is his ability to leave and not care?
If so, a woman respects a man that she knows there's a possibility that she knows could walk away from her. Okay, that's why when they asked earlier, do women respect simps? Not really, because he's not going to walk away. You know, I'm talking about simp, not in the aspect of you simping, like doing things for your wife. I'm talking about a guy that's like constantly up your ass, constantly, let me take you out to eat, let me take you, constantly talking to himself in the DMs. Like she doesn't respect you because she knows you're not going anywhere. She's going to have to push you away for you to go somewhere. Or he will sit there and wait for you to get done with this guy so to have time for him. That's what I think is you know what I mean, simple, whatever. But if a woman knows for a fact that she can lose you in any capacity, I mean, she's on her toes.
So you believe that? So you believe that a healthy competition anxiety for women is good?
It's called the dread game. Yes.
You know, so
the woman should adore the man, and the man adores her.
Yeah. I mean, and I use that, and I say the term adore, like seriously, adore, not just, oh, well, you know, I got me a cute one. You know what I mean? Or yeah, she listens. I mean, adore. I mean, the ground that they walk on, and know for a fact that, yes, they love me, but I know for a fact, my husband knows for a fact, if he left me, and didn't want to be with me no more, they would still be lined up. Okay. They would still be lined. If I was out in the world still, if I did worldly things, they would come flocking. I know if I turned my husband,
are they there as viable candidates that you would see to love, admire, and respect, or are they there just to clap the cheeks?
I mean, honestly, the way I carry myself, there's men. I don't have an issue with men approaching me strictly for that reason. I don't. But I carry myself
for like sex.
Yeah, I don't really have that problem. I've never really gone through life with that problem.
Help me understand. So you saying that you don't go through life with the problem of what again?
I don't have men flocking around me just for that reason. Like when I have the men that would circle around me wanted a relationship. They wanted They wanted something more than that. They were willing to wait for that. They wanted me. They wanted the trophy on the arm. They wanted
isn't it like I'm just trying to think of from a masculine frame. If a woman is already, if she's already attached to a situation with a man that she loves, admires, and respects, and she's not going to leave him for you, wouldn't a man with integrity assess that situation and ultimately make the best decision for himself? Like, she's not serious, she's not a viable candidate.
Yeah, I was speaking as if I was like, if we're all single here, you know what I mean? Like, I was speaking.
I'm just saying, ultimately, women. I think women ultimately have a hard time distinguishing between men who are just looking for sexual attraction versus those men who are seeking a relationship attraction.
I don't think they have a hard time. I think men sell a dream real good.
So then
I think men. I think in some cases, yes, women have a bad. And I can't just say men and women. I can't do the versus thing because there's a lot of situations where women have a bad judge of character, but men also had a bad judge of character. Some of the things in my life, the breakups that I went through was because I had a bad judge of character. I ignored red flags. I ignored them on purpose. I mean, yes, I was young, but I had a bad judge of character. And there's situations that I have personal investment in where I see men have had a bad judge of character. So I can't really do the verses like one versus the other. But yeah, having a bad judge of character will fuck you up. no doubt. So
it's plausible if you look at how children are raised, right? How do people learn how to tell the difference between, I say, a bad person and a good person? How do you tell the difference between intention from a bad person versus motivation from a good person, right?
I think some of that is inherent. I mean, a lot of people, so I watched where this study they did where a lot of people don't have that inner monologue. People surprisingly don't have that little voice on the inside of their head, right? They don't have that inner monologue. They don't have the little voice, you know. So
yeah, that little voice is trained. It's taught from something. We just don't know what.
It is. So the way my mom raised me in order to know how to read the room, you know, is pretty much, you know, of course, everybody say it'll take time to get to know somebody, but I knew somebody 10 years and still didn't know him. I'm gonna be honest with you. So how much time we talking? You know what I mean? It's inherent. It's instinctual. You know what I mean? Like, you look at their mannerisms, you look how they treat others, and don't say, oh, well, that's how he treats them. He's going to treat me better. No, that's stupid. How he treats them is how he's going to treat you, and vice versa.
I off face value, I actually don't know how to take her position, but I think it would be incredibly unfair to dismiss the position just because as dudes out here capping about everything, right? Why not about their approach on women? Like, if you turn on any panel, all of the guys are like, oh, I can get women left and right and all this. And I'm like, yeah, they just jump at you like that. Where does that happen? Kind of concept. You have to be saying something. What are you saying?
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot of cap that's going on out there, man.
Major cap.
But you know,
but back to what you were saying, as far as like, how do you discipline your woman?
Stop the cap.
You know, if my husband gives me the cold shoulder, it breaks my heart. And it gives me, what it does is, because he's a man of God, what it gives me the silence and the time to reflect on maybe something I did, and to realize that if there was something that I did wrong, to realize that, self-actualization, realize that, and then it also gives the quiet time and then the peace. Let he likes to say, let the peace abide. It gives the quiet time and the peace for me to realize something went wrong, what I contributed to the situation that went wrong, and for me to be able to apologize for what went wrong. But he does the same thing with himself. He will quiet himself, and then he will come to me, baby, you know what? I apologize for responding this way. I'm sorry. It was this, and this, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, so you don't have to physically, you know what I mean, instill that in order for the other person to get the message. You know what I mean? Because my husband's a very attractive man. I know
Right.
if I do something stupid, I let him loose out into the world, and I break up with him. I want a divorce. Oh well, I get a divorce over something stupid, and I send him out into the world without me. You know what I mean? He's gonna have women throwing themselves at him, and he doesn't have to have a mansion and 6 figures for that to happen. He looks good. That's all it takes.
Right.
That's all
Just
it
to
takes.
Yeah, just to be clear, I don't think anybody's advocating like, you should like belt your wife like over
Well, I
every
don't know
little
what y'all
thing,
meant
right?
by it. Shit.
Yeah, it's not. That's the reason why controversial. Somebody will ask her a question and she's going to go with that extreme answer, right? You're kind
Like
of
the
like
extreme,
trapped
yeah.
in it. The difference is with both her and me is we don't run from it. So, like, if that's the extreme answer you want, okay, here it is. What now, right? And then it kind of like breaks down to the conversation eventually, right? The reality is no, dudes ain't going out there and just like, belting the hell out of their wife, nor would anybody ever say, oh, you come home and there's casserole on the dinner, you just don't want to eat this shit and decide, well, I told you fried
yeah,
chicken, pull the
that's
belt out.
way, yeah, that's just
nothing
way
like
too
that.
hyperbolic.
Right.
And you hear that, like, I don't know how that's become like the forefront of the discussion. Like, why is that even given so much credence as if that is the actual reality?
Right.
But whatever. We'll put a pin in that conversation. And we'll talk about that, and I think in our next discussion, guys. I think tonight's been very, very rewarding. For those of you guys who have stuck in with us for the entirety of the conversation, I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Thank y'all for
Make
being
sure,
here.
yes, Miss Asa. Do you have anything you want to promote or anything?
No, I mean, I'm this is so it may have been hard for people to gauge me because this is my first time coming on. So like I don't classify myself as anything. I have unpopular opinions about everything. So it's like you have to watch me more to try to gauge what my opinion might be on something, because I'm not all the way this way or all the way that way. But anybody who had an open mind enough to, to listen and acknowledge if I said some things that piss y'all off, if I said some things that y'all agree with.
Hey, this the no cupcake zone, so you okay?
Right. So I'm just, my opinion is my opinion, but I it's all love, and I don't have a platform yet. So I'm just out here. I'm out here flowing with the wind. So if I do gain a following, if I do get a platform, I'll
you're
put that out
definitely
there later.
you definitely have decorum. So I think that you should consider that. Considering starting YouTube, only if you're adding value. Right. We have a ton of
Now there's too much nonsense out there. I don't need to add to
we don't we don't need no more of that. But I appreciate having you on. I thank you for, even though you was late as hell, I really appreciate you having coming on. Josh, man, I'm really grateful that you came on too, man. Like I said, I'm an admirer of your substantive conversations, and I'm appreciative that you came on, man. And we're gonna hopefully get Miss Jenny on, and we can all just kind of assess and sort of like dissect all of these concepts, basically down to its bare atoms. Because I genuinely want to get an understanding, because I think that's going to really help catalyze us forward in a viable path if we can kind of reach some consensus, or at least acknowledge that all of our perspectives can lead to the same direction to some degree.
Some common ground. Yeah, of course.
Let me give my final request, or my final thoughts, and specifically a request. My request is pretty much
have at it.
My request is pretty much like, I'm a married dude, but I've only been married like 5 or 6 years. I kind of consider myself like the virgin of the marriage world. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. They don't come with instruction manuals. I'm just winging it.
Right.
Plain and simple. So I generally enjoy having conversations with other married people. Maybe something I'm going to learn, because it's not like I know what the hell I'm doing. Now, my final thoughts. This is a big problem. Everybody noticed that the two ladies kind of extended an olive branch based on the idea of they were pointing at the things that they did wrong. They were like, these are the things that us as women have done wrong. Notice us men did not reciprocate. We were still back onto that blame game real fast.
Mm-hmm.
This is a problem in society. Is even if it is the case that one side, like, basically relinquishes blame, the other side's still going to seem to like push on this idea of it's always going to be a blame game. This is the next problem, I believe, that comes within our society. So even if it is women just said, "Oh yeah, we're wrong. What next?" We still going to have the same damn problem.
If there's not accountability on both sides, it still crumbles, right?
See, now I'm on different. I toss women right off the table. There is no accountability. Whatever women do, it's our fault, plain and simple. Because at the end of the day, that's how societies are built. Things like that. Sorry to the ladies, I just don't hold to that standard.
I like that.
But well, yeah, but that's because I also don't believe women should have the right to vote. There's like a lot of things that come down in there, right?
To be honest, anybody thinks voting counts. I mean,
well, it's the idea that women are being held responsible without having any authority. That's all on the men, right? So the responsibility.
That's what I was saying earlier. We don't run shit. We don't run anything.
This is why I kind of had no pushback for the ladies. I was extremely upset that if the ladies are extending an olive branch based on the idea that, hey, yeah, look, these are the things we did wrong. We'll work on them. Now, what are the men doing? And we got nothing. This is a big problem. Men cannot be sitting up here talking about, oh, women are this and women are that. If we've got absolutely like not even an idea of what the next step is, something's wrong with us.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I will take both of you all's closing thoughts as something to consider and reflect on tonight. I got a little pushback for you, Josh, but we'll talk about that next time around, man.
Yeah.
And which, you know, of course, reciprocal exchange is really what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. For us to exchange our ideas and understand and reach some sort of consensus. Asa, I better hear from your ass, all right?
Yeah.
I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. Can you come close?
I'm gonna be back.
No. Hold up. Do me a favor. Come close to the screen.
I can't see.
No, come closer.
Oh,
you gotta get your face closer. Get it closer. Close.
How close?
Right? No, a little bit more.
How close you want me to get?
Right there. All right, cool. So I had to give her some, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh,
you better.
Entrapment around here is bad.
Your corporate digital corporate punishment.
Stop, guys. My stomach, I cannot laugh anymore. Okay, I'm done. Anyways, Asa, Josh, it's been a pleasure. I have to get some sleep. I really appreciate you guys. Listen, I'm Josh. I don't know. Do you have my email, man?
Yeah, we've I've got you on. Yeah, I do. I think.
Hit
me up.
I'm about to listen. No, Josh, I'm about to leave you my personal email on my on the back chat, bro. Lock it in and hit me up because I don't know, somehow or another they shut down my.
That's me in the back.
All right, perfect. Let me just copy that real quick. All right, yeah, I'm gonna hit you up from there, bro, because they shut down my business email. Well, they didn't shut it down. I'm black. I just didn't pay the bill, but I owe $72. All right, I gotta pay the bill. But hey, Asa, you need to come to the screen again? You need to come to the front of the congregation. Do you need to come to the front of the congregation?
Let me tell you how. Let me explain to you how to fight back there, Asa. Remember, he said he had to be someplace, right? All you have to do is hold him here on panel. He's gonna suffer. Not by yours, by another woman's hands, right? You can mess with him back easy.
Right,
Josh,
that's what I was gonna say. Like, she's
stop it right now. No, don't, Asa, stop. Don't listen to him. It's propaganda, okay? It's just foolish propaganda.
She my dirty work.
Hey, and
And I'm
shout
like,
out,
wait.
shout out to Miss Jane. She had to take off. She had some mommy duties to do, but Miss Jane, I love you. I'm glad you came on. Hope to have you back on as well. Hold up, Josh.
Yeah, I
I'm
like her.
sending you a little message here. It's my personal email, Josh. So just hit me up, man, because I don't know. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna pay this freaking stupid. Like I gotta contest that. Like $71. Thought it was just Gmail. Like God, good grief.
What did you sign up for? Like the
Just a regular email, but somehow or another they're telling me it's a business account. They're like, hey, look, we're giving you all these features, so we're giving you all these features for like 5 months. Time to pay up, buddy. I'm like, I didn't use all those features.
Yeah, Google has like a premier, like a premium section or stuff that people generally pay for. Why did you buy them?
But okay, listen, if I did, bro, I signed up for the free trial membership. I didn't tell them to automatically charge my card.
And you did not read the fine print about you have to opt out, like if you don't want to continue?
Damn, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm black. My bad.
Okay, so shout out to everybody that does not read the fine print on contracts. Jeez. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very, 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 very fruitful dialogue. I think very fruitful discussion.
I like the conversation. It's good.
You didn't opt out, Neil. Yes, Kat. I know. Okay, I'm broke. All right, I gotta look at my budget and see if I can afford that $71. But guys, it's been great. I really appreciate you guys. I know this is kind of impromptu. I know I usually go live Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I'm glad you guys were able to join tonight's discussion and participate in the conversation. Asa, Josh, you got anything you want? Anyone want to could connect with you or hear your content? If you got anything like that,
I'm not a YouTube streamer. I just hang out with certain people, just find really good conversations.
I like
that. Really what it boils down to.
I second that.
Well, damn, y'all need to like step y'all game up. Y'all have a valuable perspective. I think is needed. But you know, who am I? I'm just one man.
Maybe in the future.
I'm a federal officer. It's like the kiss of death for me to get on any type of political. That's pretty much
okay. I got you. I was saying that earlier too. Like shit, I accidentally linked my personal profile to tonight's discussion, so I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna be fired in Monday.
For anybody asking, that's why I wear this thing. I'm not a COVID freak. I'm a federal officer. My face is like a big no-no. I'm not supposed to really put that out there. Foreign service officer specifically. So my name is literally my legal name, but face is kind of what I hide. That's why you never see me on I'm on cam, but never without the face mask.
Jeez, gotcha. Josh. Golly, man.
Comes with a job.
It's not that serious, Josh.
It comes with the bag. He's getting to the bag.
Everything federal is political. So I can't say here, take the Christian nationalists. They were on the media the last, I think, 2 or 3 months, and they're almost being portrayed as a terrorist organization. Guess what problem we have now? And now I'm a member. That's a problem.
Oh my God.
It is what it is.
All right. Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you comment, subscribe, all that jazz, all that good stuff. That is the number one metric YouTube uses to push the content out. So if you guys really like this discussion, you want to see more of it, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you have commented or whatever. Keep the engagement going. Josh, Asa, I really appreciate you guys. Shout out to ISO. Shout out to ISO. Shout out to Miss Jane, Men Are Not the Enemy. Y'all check out her content as well. She's on TikTok. She's dope. And ISO's on Instagram. Follow his content. My man drops some really, really solid, substantive jewels and gems. So check his content out. But Josh, Asa, I really appreciate you guys. I will catch you guys later. Peace.